think we're good.
All right, wonderful. All right, good evening and thank you everybody for being here Thursday, February the 19th for our Stormwater Task Force meeting. Um, I don't see any public in Zoom and we don't have any in here, so we will cruise on past that and go straight to discussions. We've had two meetings since our last meeting. We've met with FinCom and the Select Board. How do we feel those meetings went?
I think FinCom has a very challenging role where they have to balance a very tight budget and they have to make a lot of invisible decisions and they're just not in the mood to add anything to the budget without a, compelling source of revenue to back it up. And Select Board was fantastic because they're very aware of the fact that there's this hard and fast requirement from the EPA. So the two meetings were strikingly contrasted each other, in my opinion. It was nice to get people on our team at the select board meeting when Greg got up. And what's the name of that guy from the planning board?
Matt Brenner.
Matt Brenner? Yeah. I've seen him like a dozen times. I've never.
Mm-hmm.
He was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. The select board actually discussion went into budget more than I thought it was just going to be about the bylaw, but it veered off. So when I watched the FinCom, it seemed like one of the biggest things that came up was outsource it, put it in the operation budget, get rid of the overhead.
Yeah.
I mean, the overhead's 30% of the initial proposed budget, so we knew that. So I think if there's ways to reduce that part of it.
So outsourced everything?
Well, the
just-
field work's already slated to be outsourced, the
Right.
actual
Right,
work,
right.
so. The billing,
Or still have to pay for the billing if you outsource it.
yeah, but it's different hiring personnel, so like Anna brought up, I work with Anna and Anna. Brought up, adding personnel, that's huge, the benefit piece is a huge component. Huge cost. You could outsource that, eliminate a position, eliminate benefits at a reduced cost. So, what else, what was the person was the engineer and project manager?
We call it project manager, yeah.
So how does that work if we outsource the engineer? Because they wouldn't gonna need the engineer to do the constant work.
Right, I don't see how that can work.
Under like the CEI contract or Weston and Sampson contract?
And I guess we could do that to do inspections if for, the possible credits,
Mhm.
that part, yeah. Still need somebody to do the billing.
So should we talk about one idea? I don't, is that idea still kicking around or is
Yeah.
it dead? Okay.
Yeah.
Bill and I had talked a little bit about if the sewer business manager could take on the stormwater billing, because the stormwater billing, we're thinking is once a year, right? And he
Right.
already knows Munis and the billing system, so, I mean,
Sure.
it's a lot more bills in sewer.
Yeah.
But it's not quarterly.
Right.
It would be expanded scope, he would, we get into what grade, what step, whatever,
Yeah.
but expand his job.
My vision was the first mailing should go out to everybody and there should be a detailed sheet on how to how to set up like bill pay and how to do auto billing. Cause like a couple of years ago, I was getting bills from the water department and writing checks to them. And then they did it where I could pay online. And now it's like I auto pay and I pay it, but I don't even think about it. I don't write a check. I don't mail anything or nothing. So the first mailing should be, this is how you set up this process. And then future billings will maybe get smaller, smaller, smaller. And if whoever does that, I don't care. But it seems to me that initial budget you have, that's like for the first year, but later years, that's not going to be as much money if people have use the auto pay
Is
system,
there a fee for the auto pay?
like
service?
30 cents a check or something like that.
No, from town side. No, I don't know.
Somebody charges me 30 cents for something, I don't know what it is.
No, but to, like to
There's-
subscribe to a yeah,
There
it's
must
not,
be.
there's gotta be a
Right.
charge on the town side.
Cheaper than
Yeah.
a stamp.
If it's like using the Unipay grant system.
Yeah,
I don't know what,
Yeah, it might
The
be units,
contract is-
yeah.
yeah. I
that the
don't know
town
either.
has with it,
Right, so,
This would fall solely on the enterprise though.
yeah. Yeah, and the town doesn't have that capability now.
You can pay your property tax online. I don't think you can auto.
I do that, and that's auto pay too.
You can do auto payment
Yeah,
now?
I don't worry about it anymore. almost
I
don't
walk
write any bills
into
anymore.
town hall and get my thing stamped.
supposedly you can do your dog licenses too, but I couldn't find it, and I have 2 dogs,
Yeah, I
so,
struck out too.
yeah.
I didn't know you could do the auto pay. I knew you could pay with Unipay online,
Yeah,
like the sewer bills, there's there's a line on the bill
Yeah.
that says you can do it.
But I think
Unipay
efficiency.
takes a cut though,
oh, I'm
I
sure
do.
nothing.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a lot, it's not a lot.
well, depending on the size of the bill, it can be a lot.
Depending on the bill and
If
how
you pay
you
with,
pay.
if you pay with credit, they zen you, but if it's an ACH credit, like the bank transfer, it's nothing, it's like 30 cents.
For you paying.
Yeah.
But for the town or the enterprise to subscribe to this service,
Oh.
that's what I'm,
Yeah,
Yeah, on the
No.
back
Oh,
end, I
okay.
don't know
Yeah.
what it is,
Okay.
yeah.
because it might be like.
Because I know
a
small
license or something.
businesses, right, like Square or whatever, or cash only because it's too much money for them to get that service. I mean, we could look into it. I don't know.
yeah,
Okay.
Um. But what, I should pull up the budget. Oh, you. Is this the final one that you presented to FinCom? Like, when you
believe
reduce it
it
as to the
is,
bare
right.
minimum?
I had a couple, didn't I?
Yeah,
Well, it's my presentation. I need the minute. Here it is.
yeah. It's really not, because if you're thinking about hiring people, this isn't a 12-month, the field work especially is not a 12-month, and even the inspection can't be done year round,
True.
so. From the personnel lines, what,
Yeah. 39.
Have you changed those numbers since you presented them?
No,
the. um, uh, Okay.
well, just, I suppose if,
How can we reduce,
yeah, so if we. Use the sewer business manager to do the billing, would only have to pay a part of his salary. And then we could just outsource any. Inspections, right? If somebody wants a credit. I can outsource it to whoever, CEI, Weston, Sampson, just have a contract with them.
so
We
the,
got an engineering line, just add it on to that, right? Oops.
But does that change the first line, the project manager
Well, they would take it out.
entirely?
He's talking about replacing it with outsourcing.
Right.
Yeah, that's what,
So to be like, I
yeah,
don't know what, whatever percentage. For the sewer business, maybe 10% of his
right,
salary.
right. But that's
So
huge,
10% instead of 85,000 would be 8,500.
right? That would be a huge
Yeah.
savings. I mean, you still have to pay something to the whoever you outsource it to.
Yeah,
Cause Chris
yeah,
brought up,
maybe just bump that engineering line up
yeah,
for, probably have to double it, but
Chris brought up that the project manager would also be like an engineer.
right?
And he questioned that salary, but your data
Yeah,
Depends on how experienced he is.
looks at,
right,
Yeah, entry level engineers are coming at 85K in Raytheon. And I thought your estimates are very reasonable. I'm surprised
Yeah.
Chris called them out. Or I really am.
Yeah.
I did some research. I
But-
found something online.
yeah, but
And even-
Raytheon pays a lot more than towns do.
I know.
yeah,
Well, if the young engineers that I work with, they're coming in at less than 100K and they've been there for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And so and civil engineers is on the lower end of the pay scale, which is a disappointment for civil engineers, but
Mhm.
it is what it is.
It's true.
That seems reasonable to me, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Chris pushed back on it a little bit.
Right, or you still electrical engineer or something, right?
Yeah.
In private sector, so it's different.
I think that's the only, those two things.
Yeah. So. The sewer commission meets Tuesday night. We didn't get it on the agenda, but the next agenda, we're
This
gonna
coming
discuss that.
Tuesday,
Yes,
so do we. Are you gonna clone yourself?
I'll only do one,
What time does sewer meet?
6,
Oh. Maybe you'll be done.
probably,
Hi, you got my email?
Yeah.
Okay,
running late.
I had to go get my daughter's car and drop it off for him.
Yeah, so we're gonna run it by them. This is. Third week, fourth week in March. That's when it's gonna be on their agenda.
Oh, we'll be on next, okay, okay, I
Yeah, we
missed that,
missed it
okay,
Tuesday. night.
okay, all right, I got it, all right,
2 weeks after that,
okay.
should be on.
And the town manager was okay with it, right?
In theory, yeah. And the other part of that discussion is the sewer commission willing to take on stormwater work?
Yes. To be the stormwater commission,
Right,
it's all water,
right,
wastewater, stormwater,
Right.
it's all water.
so we'll get their feelings on it in 3 weeks. 2.5 weeks,
Okay. Cause I don't know how else to shrink the,
right?
Do we have a spare charger hanging out in here anywhere?
what kind?
USB-C. I didn't have time to go home and get my laptop, so I have my car laptop. And it's dead.
Oh, no, that's
No,
different tape.
It's not gonna work.
That actually work. I also have the,
Oh. Give it a shot.
you get my, yeah.
Work or we're gonna hear a lot.
No,
It won't be smooth.
and I guess the other thing we could do instead of hiring a project manager is hire like a
No.
admin.
I think we wanna
Probably-
try to avoid hiring as much as possible.
Right, but it'd
We're
be $30,000 less, more or less.
having a commercial Bob account temps.
Yeah,
There's agencies that do that.
So are we talking about the possible office staff slash engineer and sharing resources?
yes,
Okay.
right. Reduce overhead. So what you missed is, we're gonna ask the sewer commission if they'd be willing to let their sewer business manager also do the billing. The stormwater, and then the sewer commission also be the stormwater commission.
Okay, so with the billing, just like the once a year billing that would go out, is it
Yeah.
basically just stuffing envelopes or
Oh, no,
actually like
it-
doing collections and stuff?
The collections is still town hall,
Okay,
but getting it into Munis, getting it all set up, doing the bill run. It's a huge process
Okay.
in Munis, and the sewer business manager does it 4 times a year, so he knows how to do it.
right,
So we
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have to
makes sense.
pay part of his salary.
right,
We'd have to figure out a percentage, 10, 15, 20%, something, I don't know.
okay, that makes sense.
So that would cut our overhead down, but then we'd have to put more money into the engineering line item. To do the field inspections if somebody wants a credit for their stormwater BMP, right?
Right,
Somebody would have to go and look at it. So
so,
we'd have to hire our engineer to go and look. And I'd envision doing it. I don't know, all inspections in June, right? So have your. Application in by June and. We'll run around and check them. So.
There should be some paperwork
Process
required
it.
with it, right? Not
Yeah.
just an on-site inspection, like
Yeah.
something that they submit
Yeah,
as
proof
well.
that they're doing the maintenance.
Yeah,
So a
okay.
log, a lot of the new homes that are being built have a log in their O and M, so
The homes?
Yeah.
Residences?
residents, yep. Mhm. A lot of people have rain gardens and trenches next to their driveway. So it's easy, you just make sure the trench is clean, right? The rocks aren't full of dirt or whatever, and just clean up all the dead debris and plants that are in your rain garden. If you're doing that, it should be all right.
Okay.
Jenny, do you know anything about the unit pay?
Unipay?
Yeah. Does it cost from, like, if the town were to set up unit pay for stormwater, like we have it? Like, what's the cost?
I know nothing about
Okay.
that.
So sewer doesn't pay
I
anything.
think they take a fee. So I know
Yeah.
that like when I pay on Unipay, which I have to do, they charge like $3 or something.
It depends on the size of the bill,
I think the lowest is like $3.
yeah. So maybe there is no
There's no,
cost to the
like,
town.
I would
I
say
thought there'd be
there's-
like a subscription, you know, it's kind of some
No.
kind of service fee to,
I mean,
you
they're
know, like buying an app, like
they're,
a license.
they're making a ton of money. I mean, all they're doing
Yeah.
is offering a front end. They're for the same front end to every single town, because I think
Yeah.
that they really take all of the towns. And then
Okay.
it's Kelly and Ryan, I think are they the same company? But, so it's just they're taking that money, I think, on the front. They might charge something, but
Cause that would reduce,
Here you go. Transaction amount. Real estate fiscal year 2026 quarter three. $3,553.01 line item, which I pay in taxes. 50-cent Unipay one time fee, right? Payment type ACH, 50 cents. I can afford that.
yeah, that's what, it's, I wanna know if the town is paying a
What the
fee.
town's
Yeah.
contract is.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly. Is it a
what-
contract? Is it a license?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have-
it's a-
they- you
it's
have to
like an
set it up
extra,
somehow.
Like, do they charge per feature
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
add? Like, if you add a new bill, is it another
Yeah,
$100 a month that you have to
There
pay?
does, there should. there-
Find out.
there.
Cause it's a subscription like anything else.
yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah,
I think, oh, so maybe it's the credit card, if you pay with a credit
I
card.
pay a lot for the credit card because of the commission. But if you pay with, direct deposit, withdrawal from your bank account, it's almost free.
I can never find the sewer bill under my name, it's always under my husband's
Mhm.
last name.
So we could,
This is the Unipay site,
yeah,
I don't see cost. Other than check, it says 50 cents.
Yeah, it's gonna be. on
Check
the
is
back
50
end.
cents, credit is 27.50 for me.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
If I already used a credit card, it was $27.50.
Whoever,
Pay with a check, it's
For
50
your
cents.
property tax.
No, this is my sewer bill. Which is late because when I
Oh.
go to pay it, sometimes it's down and then I forget about it. I'm one of those, but it's because I'll go to pay it and say, sorry, this bill isn't available to be paid right now. So then I'll wait till it comes again and then I'll pay it. But it does get paid.
It takes care of the tech contracts for the town.
Is it Suzer?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
That would be who would probably know.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
yeah.
I doubt.
I don't think it is.
I'm doubtful that they,
Cause it's all, it's, what we're asking
Yeah,
is on the back
yeah.
end, so.
yeah. I feel like Suzer wouldn't have anything to do with this as
Yeah.
far as they're just like a third party vendor that the bill it directs them to that. I don't think Suzer.
They're not like
Would be-
hosting it.
No,
on it.
no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Unipay.
Yeah,
It seems like Unipay has a monopoly on them.
yeah.
They do. They have, I think they have every town.
It's, when I tried to look
Massachusetts.
for my, it says putting your town in, it's every Massachusetts
It's, yeah.
town. So,
Than to create their own infrastructure.
That would reduce. Well, the bills. Still go out. Right? Unless you set up
Well,
auto
yeah.
pay.
Copy anymore.
Yeah,
So I think they've got a good.
but that's a separate, I think that's outside of Unipay.
I get a text.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
Mine, I already said this, why didn't
for what?
paperless billing. Online billing. Not payment, they're two separate things, right?
I still get a paper bill, but I also get a text.
Yeah, I get an email and a paper bill. All right, well, that might reduce. And then the other thing was if the sewer commission would take on the role of the stormwater commission as well. Cause there was concern about getting filling another commission.
Right. Yeah, right now, sewer is one vacancy,
How many people are in sewer?
5.
Okay. Okay. Is it charging?
It was, but it's not anymore, but now it's saying I have 80%, but it wouldn't turn on, so.
Maybe it's too cold.
yeah,
It might have been too cold. It has been, I have touched in the car for like 2 months.
Yeah.
It's my emergency.
Good question. They had was, did I have the right fringe benefits? And I think I was low on that, but that'll all change. Right?
Yeah, he said
They
that,
didn't question anything else on the
he
budget.
said a lot of the enterprise funds are being subsidized by the town because they don't cover the office space.
All the office space too.
Stuff like that. Yeah, the heating, utilities.
Yeah, I haven't done that exercise yet.
Would we really have to pay, what was it, $6,000 in this space?
3,000
3,000.
for one person, but
It's not a whole person.
well, that goes away now, right?
Yeah, if
Well,
you don't have the
We
engineer,
only have to pay part of that.
we're
whatever
using
percentage.
15% of the
Yeah.
business manager's time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
So
we're getting
that'd be
into
reduced.
pennies now, but
Yeah,
So where would their office be? Their office wouldn't be here.
right,
Okay, we're just saying that, electricity, all the stuff that they're gonna use.
right,
Is that including like equipment, like a computer and,
yeah.
okay.
I hate to say it, Chris might be right, like on the computer, the town supplies the computer as far as I know.
well.
I don't
It's,
think
is it Andrew?
yeah, I don't think he had the,
He wouldn't need a separate a new
no,
computer.
no, but Chris says the town subsidizes the enterprise fund. And I guess, and that way it does, would. I guess next time he needs a computer, we'll have to pay for it out of enterprise funds.
Computers are coming cheaper and cheaper.
Right, I know it's peanuts, but
We can try to put it in at
I
their-
guess.
Okay.
Do we know, do other towns like separate it out like this? Or with all of the staff and all of that, or do they usually take just the money that would come in from the utility and put it toward the actual MS4 compliance, like the street cleaning and the catch basin, or do other towns really break it out like this where the staff are completely separate and do you have any idea how that works in other towns?
I think Jeremy's talked about that a little bit, right? That some towns are
I don't remember.
kind of outsource everything and some are a blend. I mean, we're kind of a blend. Like Chelmsford pays for heavy equipment operators and admin and buys equipment.
I don't
I mean,
remember.
that was my initial thought, but then it was too much money.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna be able to get it down much lower cost. It's really a question,
Yeah.
even independent of the cost, I think people still want to see it in the operating budget.
But that's a challenge for the town, right?
Challenge.
Challenge to get it
Keep it
into
there.
the budget.
And keep it there.
Keeping it in the budget.
And it limits, you won't have abatement option, forget about it. And you can't distinguish, you
Well-
can't base it on how much of what you pay goes towards stormwater based on your impervious area.
That is
There's-
so important. That's the one thing that this thing brings to the table, is to go to like Walmart and say you got 1,000,000 square feet. And you're only giving me $500 a year for stormwater. You gotta do better.
Well, if you take the average single family home and do that same math. The average single family home only has $27 going towards stormwater.
I got 33.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have the average 517, 296. Average value, assessed value off of
Yeah.
DLS.
Yeah, I downloaded the assessor's spreadsheet, their 2026 fiscal year. And I took all the residences, added up all the values, multiplied by the $14.
Oh, there's all different classes. in
Yeah,
there.
it's different
Yeah.
classes. So if you do it across the board, it's a number like $29. It's closer to your number. But if you just do
Yeah.
the residences, because the commercials don't pay as much on average towards
Yeah.
property taxes as the residences.
I used the override calculator.
Um,
The
Yeah.
DLS override calculator. That has the
But that's
average
it.
single family,
As far as I'm
yeah,
concerned, it's the same number. It's like $30, right?
but
Yeah.
it also tells you.
Yeah.
If you. Had to add 334,000. To like a prop 2.5 override, so if I do. 300, 340. The average increase is $72. Average single family tax bill impact estimated.
So is it
$72.
this? Okay, big question. So there's 125,000 in your budget right now. Right? And that's
Yeah.
like $30 per resident.
Yep.
Okay, and it's gonna become what now?
Adding 340,000. Saying it's an override, right? Well,
And that's
I'm
not-
saying it's an override just to get the number, to use
That's
the
not a
calculator,
utility, that's just adding bills.
just increasing the,
Okay,
yeah.
and that increases, or that's the new,
if you were
Contribution.
to. Add 340,000 onto. Use the prop 2.5 calculator,
right?
so say you're gonna have an override of 340,000. The average single family tax bill is estimated to go up $72.
Okay,
Increase an additional $72.
So they'd be paying more.
I got
That
50,
were-
I got 55. So you did it using your math and I did it.
No, I just did it using DLS override calculator.
You wanna compare notes or do you wanna just?
No, but I'm trying to like, when it goes into the operating budget. There, okay, so there's the question, does it stay there? that line, money could be moved from that line to another line in the budget as the year goes on. It's not locked in, it's not necessarily earmarked for that. You can't do any abatement option. It's a single tax rate, so
Why couldn't you do abatements?
how, what's the benefit? How, what are you gonna reward them with it?
Oh, true, yeah,
How do you,
right, it's tax.
cause you have to pay your property tax, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yay, congratulations,
Mhm.
attaboy, that's all you can get.
Adding the utility is gonna give us access to all these. It's like an
You can-
untapped resource.
You can tweak it.
It's an untapped resource. And, I keep thinking about the utility company that put the pole in your
Yeah.
drain pipe.
Yeah.
How much did it cost to fix that? 3,000, 4,000?
Oh, probably more than that, yeah.
You know how much
Definitely
Unitil is
more.
giving us? Their share of their property tax bill. So it's in that, I don't know if people have read it, but it's in there. I think it's like $200 a year. If they planted that pole in there and you had to pay $4,000 to repair it. Aren't we nice? You know? And I think that's an untapped resource. And I think that's why these other towns are doing this, is because they recognize. That's just to be equitable and fair, it makes sense to capture that income, that revenue. Makes sense?
Sure. Does.
Yeah, if you do, like, say you had an override this year to put all of it in, to put all the stormwater fee into the budget. That stays there. So that's the new baseline that the 2.5%,
It stays there if it's.
it stays in your, no, it stays in your property tax. It doesn't go down.
So you're talking about stormwater as a line item in the budget.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the payment that goes, you pay and it goes to the operating budget, and
Yeah.
then the pot gets
Yeah.
divided up.
Yes,
So if you have a line and it's 440,000 this year. Next year, I don't know, maybe still be 440,000, but you've increased the tax, your property tax has already gone up and that stays there. And it just keeps going up and up, whereas the utility, Jeree said like hers, 7 years hasn't gone up. I think it's kind of like a hidden
and he's
increase. if
starved for
it's-
funds for years. And I can't help but feel like this has been an infusion of cash and he's not gonna be greedy, he's gonna, they'll make it last.
We're basically doing the minimum,
Right.
just the minimum.
So who decides, I forget, what does the bylaw draft say? Who decides when the rates go up? Does it have to go to town meeting?
Yeah.
The commission,
There's that section in
proposes
the
it?
Go through the
bylaws.
select board.
If we should go through that section in the bylaw on how the fees get approved. And so some committee would assess fees, and then someone would have to approve it, and I did not get. The approval process out of the bylaw. I was completely confused by it. I got the impression the select board has to approve it. And
No,
it
right.
wasn't clear if the town has to vote on it after it gets approved. Someone explain to me exactly what the process is after reading that?
I would feel better if it went to town meeting for approval.
Like the sewer commission.
An increase.
They
Yeah,
change
what's
their
this?
own rates.
Really?
What if there's a biblical disaster and he needs $250,000? In short order, we can borrow the money and then he could pay it off over 5 years and he could raise the rates on his own, but asking for permission.
Cause people are really worried that it's just gonna keep ratcheting up,
Well, Chris Menard was, but he was also
but
talking
I
kind of
don't think
crazy.
he's gonna be the only,
Yeah, he also thought he was gonna pay $2,000 a year.
Right.
yeah, no,
I thought that was a little bit outrageous.
no, but
And wasn't his house is the one that the
Yeah.
water from the utility pole
Yeah.
incident was flowing onto
Yeah.
that you fixed?
Mhm.
You know,
Stormwater fee is imposed on each parcel of residential property and each parcel of non-residential property, whether occupied or not. There should be a fixed schedule of prices or rates established by the Stormwater Commission, which shall not be changed more often than once each year. That's easy, I get that. Changes in rates shall not be made unless proposed new rates are first published. I get that. Okay, go to the next one. The Department of Public Works.
Oh, considered at a public hearing held for this purpose. So there's a public hearing.
Okay.
So which one is that? D?
C,
C.
the last
Last
sentence.
Okay.
sentence.
But does the public have to approve it?
No, it's just a public hearing. I think it's important to have public input.
Yeah.
They can ignore it,
But someone has to approve it. Is it the select board?
No,
And
the
shall beginning of their first fiscal year, propose stormwater fees pursuant to the authority. Someplace it says the select board has to approve it. Is it the last line?
No, that's Stormwater Commission. The original draft of this, instead of Stormwater Commission, said Select Board.
okay, yeah, I did a
Oh, that's a
find,
later draft, what I
Yeah.
have?
Yeah,
I did a control F for select and it doesn't come up, so.
yeah,
I have an earlier version that says select board and it really.
right,
does highlight.
right, everywhere where it said Stormwater Commission, and our
Oh.
first draft said Select Board.
Okay. I like that, that makes more sense. People are just gonna have to trust that the
Yeah.
stormwater commission is not gonna be crazy.
Are there any other things to talk about the budget that came out of either presentation?
Think so.
The tax versus utility, that came up. Yeah, but Jenny's ready for that now.
Yeah,
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we could, I think that we should start a list of all the questions that we're getting and make an FAQ out of that.
yeah,
So.
Yeah, Teresa's gonna make an FAQ.
Okay, we should get things like, it's really just a tax. You know, we could go over why it's not. You know, how much am I gonna pay as a homeowner? Be really clear that we're gonna have one price for all the homeowners. What are some other ones that we got?
Yeah, John has some on his slide, and then I got an email from someone that I
The
sent.
town, the manager sent it
Like,
to.
is this really just a way to get around 2.5?
Yes,
Do you guys wanna?
Why
go
can't
over-
you put it as a line item in the budget?
You guys wanna go over mine?
Yeah, I saw it in,
Yeah.
I saw that question in your,
So,
John, you said two versions, so we just go with the,
the first version was short, the second version was much more verbose. So I have,
was it set up on the screen?
yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm not saying we have to do this, I'm saying this is a good discussion thread.
Right,
And we should all kind of agree on what the right thing to do is. I like that idea. People don't understand the magnitude and scope of the infrastructure. And you see this safety complex, they see the library, they know how much they cost. The middle high school, that's actually on the same order of magnitude as the net worth of our stormwater infrastructure. So if you like that idea, people don't understand that the scope of this infrastructure is on the order of like $50 million. That's a lot. And it's probably a lot more than that, because I just pulled some of this stuff off of search on the web. And you're the one that's in the business, you would know how much these pipes cost and how much it costs to install them and repair them. So if you
Yeah.
think that's a good idea, giving people like some trivia on what the heck it is that we're maintaining, something that's a $50 million asset that we own, that we need to keep happy for commercial industry and our residents, at least most of our residents. It's a nice little piece of information.
yeah, sure, I can update that.
Okay, and if you want to pull it into your charts, I encourage you to. I like that information. It'd be nice like upfront chart, that's my opinion. I'm interested to know what you spent your money on. I wonder if other people would too. I love the telephone pole. I just love that.
yeah.
I know that,
picture,
I
Is
know
there a
that when we
picture?
had that,
Yeah,
Oh, I never saw the picture. We should put it on the FAQ.
Yeah,
I love the fact that stormwater drain washed out when we had that 7 inches of rain.
Don't, I
You know, and you had to fix that like that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't chump change.
No,
That must have been like 20, 30, $40,000.
yeah,
I would toot your own horn and say, we're not slacking off.
I think one question that will come up, and that's why I asked my select board, how much of these projects are covered under chapter 90? That will continue to come up.
Yeah.
Why can't we
Yeah.
pay for this out of chapter 90? Some we can,
projects we can,
but
maintenance we cannot.
yeah, I think we have to make it clear that what we're talking about, the money we're asking for is
maintenance.
outside,
Yeah.
it's not covered by chapter
So these
90.
the things that we just mentioned that came out of your budget, not the chapter 90.
Yeah,
Okay, and that you only have $110,000 in your budget at that time.
right, so I stole from other line items to pay for it.
Yeah.
The utility pole came out of your budget?
So, I know it's a lot of work to research, to collect all the information, put it down, but I would love to see it. And the numbers just add up to like numbers that just don't make sense with your budget. It's just, and at the same time, we have MS4. It just
Right.
doesn't, it's just like incompelling in your face.
Yeah,
We've got a gross deficit in this budget. Alright, so I brainstormed very hard.
yeah,
Cause I went back and I listened to, what's her name, Rhonda?
yeah,
Rhonda Licio? Yeah,
And she, to her credit, at least what she did is she got a lot of stuff out there. And some of it was worth listening to. The FinCom was nice because they really had some hard hitting things that they really cared about. So I kind of prioritized them. So they wanted to know, number two, what's the trade-off between the town budget and the utility? And everybody's knee-jerk response is, why are you adding expenses at the same time we're struggling to balance the budget? So the second line item there, I tried to talk about later on, and I'd like to go over with you guys, because it's pretty compelling that we can pull it off.
I
How-
think Teresa, that she's done that kind of analysis for other
Yeah.
people, comparing the impact of putting it in the operating budget and having it paid through property tax versus a utility.
I'd love to see what she's got. 'Cause I think it's a great way to go. How the stormwater utility fees will be assessed. Did you have a chart that talks about that in detail? In your presentation, are you gonna lead this, by the way? Is this gonna be one presentation? Or is it gonna,
Is this,
Oh.
this is for March 5th?
yes, how's that gonna go? Are you
I
gonna,
think
are you gonna do what you
Jerry's
did?
Teresa is gonna have a big,
Therese is gonna have it.
a big part, and there's gonna be an FAQ, I think.
Yeah.
as part of it, right?
Okay, is she gonna do the presentation?
I believe she is.
I think so.
Okay, is it gonna
Can
be
ask her
separate
next
charts or
week.
is it gonna be independent set of charts?
Do we know when she's gonna have that for us? Like, I'm assuming before March 5th.
Yeah,
I hope next
But
week.
next
Well, she's
week,
away
yeah.
this week, so I don't know.
Right, I didn't know if she
Yeah,
said
people
something
working
before
on
she
it.
left.
Yeah.
or-
No, I don't have anything, other than she sent this flyer, that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
So she can create the charts and present at the March 5th.
I don't know what charts, but we don't have the
So far,
updated
she's
data,
just
right?
talked, you know what I mean? But charts are nice because you can put nice graphics on them and it kind of focuses the discussion.
What
Sometimes.
kind of chart? Cause I don't know that we have the updated impervious area data yet.
I know,
Like,
it's
we don't have a tier breakdown yet.
the process. I know people need to understand that. It's gonna take time for everything to come together.
I think she's close on that, but
They were, last I
think they
heard that
have
they
it.
were QCing, the work was done,
Yeah.
they were reviewing it
Right.
before releasing it to us.
Right, so we all
We won't have
understand
it for March. but-
how the fee is gonna be assessed, right? There's gonna be a tiered structure if it's a utility.
Right.
Just explaining that, yeah, we don't know what those tiers are yet and
Yeah.
where you fall, but
Yeah, I'm a big fan of, we're gonna have the data that says what every property owner's impervious area is gonna be. And we should kind of get away from the tier and just tell them this is how many ERUs you got.
but if we do all single family homes,
Yeah, but that's
it's the
different.
same.
This is commercial, industrial and all the other.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because
Okay.
if you think about it, what we're doing is we're putting this tier in there and everybody between like 100 and 150 comes in at 100. But if you got a bunch of people in there, they're coming 120, 130, 140, 149. Why not get that extra little income? We'll have the database, we can back it up, we can say we have a consultant that gave us this information, this is your footprint. I'm saying we're just shortchanging
So
ourselves.
instead of 10 tiers.
Yeah, just tell them
go
what
by
their
the
ERUs are, and it's $88 and $90 per ERU. Why not? Sorry, I think we're shortchanging ourselves if we do. If
Does
we
that
don't,
complicate things at all on the billing side? I don't know.
no, just everybody gets assigned an ERU for their property. You'll go in the
Well,
GS
I
data
think
sheet.
the Billing, we'll just have to set up a spreadsheet with the property and the dollar amount, and then put that into Munis.
I don't know if it'll go in like.
When we have the data, we can run the numbers both ways, right?
Yeah, it's gonna come up in our favor if you do it by ERU and get rid of the tiered structure. Cause what you're doing is you're truncating anybody above the tier until you get to the next tier, then you're gonna leapfrog forward. The utility will introduce inefficiencies in the system, so, everybody brought that up. Why do you wanna hire somebody?
But I don't agree with that.
Well, we're trying to not hire anymore as a cost savings measure. I don't know that it creates inefficiency.
And what kind of inefficiency are they talking about?
well, I think it's the billing.
That means, are they concerned with Munis? Cause the sewer billing did get messed up because Munis wasn't working right. And it's still not 100%, but we're much better off now.
Yeah. I like the idea of having your civil engineer in-house.
I do too.
Yeah. The Prop
Perfect.
2.5 override is bypassed with utility. People may not understand that, but one person from the FinCom and someone from the select board, they both called that out, said, explained to us. Yeah. You okay?
Yeah.
They both call it out and people just need to understand that, right? So I think that should be part of, the question and answer. And I think we know how to respond to that. How to respond to non-residential properties who have well-designed stormwater systems. And that's gonna be the abatement system. MS4 requirements are being amended. Would it be wise to not overreact? And does the fact that we do not use sand help?
So when,
So, go ahead.
when they say that, would it not be wise not to overreact? They think that, a lot of people think that the current administration
Yes.
is not going to move forward with the,
Yes,
Right,
which I don't know that that's true based on things that this administration did in the previous administration. They did not, and some of the EPA stuff definitely, but
They got more,
they,
the draft is more strict right now,
yeah,
according to juries, right?
right.
so.
yeah, that's so subjective. I could
Right.
make the
Yeah.
argument that this administration is focused on private industry making money and profit. And we're a public entity, so how is he gonna help us save money? I don't think,
Yeah,
And we're basing the budget on the current permit
That's right.
requirements,
That's right.
so, which has been extended and extended, and who knows, could be
Right.
extended. So we're not even thinking about, oh, it could get more
Right.
restrictive and more expensive.
Yeah.
And not using sand, does that help?
the streets still get dirty. They're still
How-
tracking in
Yeah.
sand from other
how many
towns.
yards of sand you spread in a
But-
typical winter?
Doesn't matter. If
100,
it's sand,
200?
it's
Zero.
It's
No, no,
all
no,
gross
before you
stuff
stop.
getting in the waterways,
Yes.
right?
How many yards of sand were you spreading in the winter before you stopped?
Probably,
100, 200?
2,500,
25.
probably.
Then you used to have to sweep that up.
Yeah.
So can't you negotiate the rate base because then we don't use sand? Can you knock that $800 per mile down to?
But there's lots of
No.
other stuff that gets swept
No,
up.
you can
Yeah.
picture the snow.
I mean, you have to sweep no matter
All
what,
dirty.
so.
Yeah.
That's a parking lot that an OMM,
Down the road, they're all dirty.
They're all dirty.
No, yeah. The end of my driveway,
It's disgusting, right?
yeah. Besides the giant crater that's there, but
Okay, take that one off the table.
Yeah, it's good that we don't use sand, yeah, that
Yeah.
helps,
I was convinced.
but it's everything else that's still there.
Right,
Okay, all right. I was convinced that would really reduce the load, but you're saying it doesn't, it just.
You still got everybody that's commuting through from New Hampshire, Townsend, whatever, who just, every third car that throws a bag of trash out their window, with God knows what in it.
I remember going for a walk around the plant, Tewksbury, with one of my buddies. And in the spring, when the big, huge gargantuan piles of snow melt, there would be an enormous amount of
Yeah,
debris. So my hunch is in the O&M plant at the Walmart Mountain, they basically in the spring, they have to go through and sweep it. So.
When you pay for street sweeping, it's just, you're paying to sweep a street, it's not based on how much they collect,
right,
right?
right, it's usually by the mile,
Okay, so
Right, so
whether
it
you're
doesn't
picking up
matter.
more or less, the cost is the same.
yeah.
Will the utility make the town less business friendly? Probably not.
No,
I'm convinced that like Walmart never would have moved in here if they didn't have a safe community, a good fire department, a good police department, a good intersection that doesn't get plugged up with traffic, and good roads, including stormwater. So that
And
And
no
they-
tax rate.
yeah, I say, but it's not even Walmart that would pay, it's the property owner
yeah,
that would pay.
Yeah.
And say it ends up being $10,000 is, which they're gonna pass on to Walmart as
Yeah.
Walmart. Are Walmart and Hannaford gonna be able to $2,000 and $6,000 or?
No, I think it's more the
It's-
small business that people worry about, right?
But still, even the small businesses typically don't own their buildings, it's the
Right,
property owner
right.
that owns the
but
building.
that fee gets passed on,
Yeah,
just like a land, it's the landlord's gonna pass it on.
right.
the MS4 is a federal mandate and as a result should be included in the town budget.
Yeah,
Would this allow the expense to be a tax deduction? And she's right. But I did some research. When that tax bill under Trump administration, like 6 or 8 years ago, was passed, they raised the personal deduction. And the number of people that itemized dropped from like 30% to like 10. So very few people itemize.
Yeah, but also $60 as a tax deduction is not gonna make
And that's
it.
not gonna
It's chump
cut it,
change. It really
Yeah,
is. If it was $100 and they're in the 22% bracket, it was $22.
even
Right.
$100, yeah, even $100 is not gonna
right.
help
That's,
the balance.
Will the life cycle cost of property, stormwater management become reasonable? I don't know. That's last on the list. I don't even know if you want to talk about that.
well, the life cycle costs.
But I did bring up this example of Hickory Hills Dam. That was $500,000 project specifically designed to prevent an overtopping event, 15 inches of rain over 24 hours from eroding the dam and having a failure. It was mandated by the state. It was $500,000. That's 500 plus residences. That's $100 per residence per year for 10 years to pay for that project. So this is, it's $100 for people to support stormwater full town.
Most
It's
likely
not
not even,
unreasonable.
and they were looking at less than 100, most likely.
Yeah, hopeful. So it's not a family. And I put my personal experiences in there. $35,000 to renovate my basement because it was all ridden with mildew.
Mhm.
So this is where I got my $33 from. So we may not have been using the same numbers. I used Bill's 2026, $125,000. Is it 125 or 110?
I think I'm 110 at the look.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, you use 110 in your calculation?
I just did the 0.00357
Oh,
times the average tax bill for single family home,
okay,
that's all.
okay. They're in the ballpark. If they're within $3 of each other, I think that's a pretty good concurrence agreement.
Is the average tax bill 8242?
Yeah, what did you come up with?
Let's see.
That's pretty high.
FY 26, average single family tax bill is 7444.
Okay.
Okay. And I had 3,649
You know that.
residences.
No.
Just
Yeah,
Google
that's-
override calculator.
There's all kinds of numbers that are all over the place and exactly which one to use, we all have to agree on, but they're all in the ballpark. You know, this is just like You want to hit the target, you don't have to hit the, well, you hit the bullseye, you know what I mean? So we're trying to get close. That's the distribution, so we're really a residential community, right? And, the interesting thing is that little teeny tiny sliver represents the little stormwater budget. So we're going through all this onks just for $1 out of every 300 in our town budget. People appreciate it. So I don't know if you guys looked at these, but I did kind of like a
Yeah.
spot check, and we've done this before. And I just looked at some of the properties.
Mhm.
So Central GA, Lunenburg Crossing LLC, that's Walmart Mountain.
Mhm.
And 1439 is what I got as the current tax rate. Their taxes for fiscal year 2026 are 148,591. So at a 0.00357 times, that rate, and you get 530 a year, that's how much of their taxes, when you distribute it across all of the line items and our expenses, that's how much goes to stormwater. That's not a lot. And I think the tiered structure that had been proposed, that we're talking about collecting over $10,000 a year from them. Actually, if based on the ERU, would probably a lot more than that. Okay, so it's gonna have that pile of snow when it melts, right? And I don't know what you can do to clean up a leaky, fluid from a car. I think it's something that the stormwater has to cope with. I mean, is there something you can do to clean that up?
Yeah, there's oil water separators you can put into catch basins, I guess, but.
Yeah.
A lot of cat litter.
What's that?
A lot of cat litter to soak up the
Yeah.
oil.
But if it's going through, say, a rain garden, it's getting filtered, it's gonna be
Yeah.
captured in the rain garden media, so.
I don't know if Doris wants to use that in her presentation or not. Want to go with a cigarette butt? You missed it. I poured my heart out before you got here. I was taking pictures of the cigarette butt and some guy saw what I was doing and pissed him off and he told me I'm fucking. I have no idea why. But that's gross.
I was at Hannaford the other day with the parking spot next to me. I got out of my car, had like 15 cigarette butts in it. Like, what, are you just sitting there? Cause there's a parking, it was like the fourth parking spot away.
People dump their ashtrays out, is that what's going on?
Oh, maybe that's what it
I
is.
think that's what happens.
Okay, that,
People are smokers,
leave
they have
ashtrays in
an
their
ashtray,
car.
so they just dump it out.
Dump it on the
I
ground.
forgot.
That makes
I
perfect.
feel like
sense.
with my car, it's kind of old and it doesn't even have an ashtray.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
So mine's the same year. Yeah, I never realized I don't
Yeah.
have, until you
And
said
it
that.
didn't come with it came with like the thing that goes in
Yeah,
the lighter, but not an actual lighter.
yeah. But that's where you can plug in an adapter.
Yeah.
Right. So this is basically what we already know, two broad measures, the equivalent residential unit, which is $4,200 according to CEI, Nick Christopher told us that. And then and then there's 700 parcels. Weston and Sampson are gonna give us, and it's gonna nail down at 700 parcels, so what the ERUs are for those parcels. And that's gonna be priceless information, I mean, we're paying for it. And I guess I understand, I don't take advantage of it. And, example, large commercial parcel projected at $10,000 per year. The three highest tier properties would provide a projected $30,000 revenue.
And 10,000 is a big
It is,
bill.
it's huge.
That might be too big.
Do what I did. Next time you go to Walmart, Mount, get our car and walk around Canton Shore.
Mhm.
And if there's an abatement, we talked about abating. They could cut that in half, maybe?
Yeah, that's something that,
That's huge.
They would have to actually do the maintenance of, because they have all those,
In with that.
right.
All the
And it would
bigger-
be very helpful
all
if
the
they
bigger
did the
equipment
maintenance.
coming to our
There is
business.
a benefit to that, because they have a pretty big area, but
Right.
it doesn't look like they've ever done
I
anything,
don't think so.
so.
Yeah, I like the dynamic. Instead of Bill going to them saying, you managing your stormwater, they're gonna come to us and prove that they're managing their stormwater for us. And then I like that dynamic a lot. And, you know, I like, people should think about that, because that, if everybody in town did their own housekeeping, wouldn't it be nice? It'd be so nice.
Bless you.
That's good.
So these are other large commercial parcels. The one on the top is the warehouse. And that has a $22 million assessed value, at least according to the sheet that I downloaded from the assessors. And they're actually contributing 1,152 a year. I hope they're paying their tax bill, because that's a lot of money. That's $322,000 a year they have to pay in taxes. You know, how are they, if they don't have anybody in there, how are they affording to operate that place?
Well, that's not just that Lindenberg Central though, is it? Is
Yeah.
that, not all those, it, because,
I think it is. 475 Leominster Shirley Road.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, just the top one,
Mhm.
Yeah, just the top one.
okay.
Yeah, the next one is all the Proctor Stone and, or I'm sorry, Powell Stone and Gravel. So he's got a whole bunch of properties. So I
Yeah.
added them all up. And they really aren't assessed very high. I guess the buildings just aren't worth much. They're shells, they're not like residences, they're not fancy.
Is some of that Keating's and not Palace? Or is it?
PSG.
PSG is
I think
Powell
PSG.
Stone.
Oh, is it?
Powell Stone and Gravel.
Oh, yeah.
And I
That's not
haven't,
PSP.
I have no clue how to assess Keating's. I looked at it and it was just like a network of all kinds of stuff. And I can't help but feel like we need Weston and Simpson.
And a lot of it is permeable,
Right,
Yeah.
obviously, so.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I think the same for these properties too, right?
I went and walked around, and from what I can tell, a lot of where they have the pallets of material stacked up is old concrete that's cracked up and breaking apart. So I don't know how they're gonna grade that. They're gonna call that permeable or not. So these are all upper tier permeables. Fitchburg Gas and Electric, this is my favorite. $4 million assessed value, they're giving us 217 a year.
That's Unitil, right?
Yeah.
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 Unitil pays $217 a year.
No, and that's their contribution to the stormwater.
Oh,
fund.
okay.
If you distribute it in proportion to all the other line items.
I'm
in the
really
budget.
mad for a second. My
You can still be
$1,000
Yeah,
Unitil.
that's fine.
You can still get mad.
So, yeah, their total tax bill is $60,000 and $999. But like one in every $300 adds up to like 217 a year. And wouldn't it be nice to get a phone call from a facility manager at Unitil saying, I don't like how high my utility bill is. Is it worth doing this just to get that phone call?
So by doing this, like Unitil's, their contribution to the stormwater line in the budget is only like 7 times higher than what your
Or is it-
average single family home
Yeah.
owner is paying.
Yeah, I didn't put non-permeable areas on these because I didn't want to get it wrong. But I view all of these as the upper tier.
Well, we know the warehouse they put in, Greg told us, they spent a lot of money, like
Yeah.
they're discharging less water now than before they
Yeah.
built.
So they would be, in my opinion, a slam dunk rebate,
Yeah,
abatement, yeah. That would be like a no-brainer.
but it's not 100% forgiveness, that's.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm thinking 50%. We talked about before, you were
I
like,
think-
that's too much.
Well, I don't think any more than 50%.
Yeah,
That would be the.
so.
The
Does it make-
stormwater commission can figure that out, they wanna
Are
have
there
different
some
levels of
properties that
abatement.
don't actually use much of the stormwater? They have like a stream next to them and they dump it onto the stream and they bypass the stormwater? Are there any properties that are like that?
That's pollution.
Streams, you can't dump into streams. That's really,
So it has to go.
that still ends up in stormwater. The streams end up in Hickory Hills.
Okay. So all the commercial property, all the properties have to discharge their water into the stormwater system. Is that a true statement or not?
And ideally, we don't want people to discharge into the stormwater system. When
Right.
they're going into rain gardens and
Oh, okay.
in places where it can infiltrate and clean.
So I'm just asking if some property owners are gonna come and say, well, I really don't use your stormwater system. It kind of goes to this.
It all dumps in my yard,
Right.
we've heard that,
Yeah,
Yeah. So why should I have to pay to
we've heard
maintain it
that,
if I
you should be
use it?
paying me to
yeah.
mitigate stormwater. Cause you're dumping onto my property.
And well, the answer to that is by upgrading our stormwater infrastructure, hopefully
We should be-
things aren't
yeah,
going into
we
your
should
property.
improve.
Yeah, can't do
Oh.
anything without money. But the next one is, the next one's good too. So these are three other properties. One's the Twin City Baptist Temple. They don't pay anything. They've got at least 50,000 square feet, maybe 100,000 square feet. You know, WNS will tell us how much it is.
Where
One
is
six,
that?
that's the Twin
Once
City
again.
Baptist Temple.
Okay, I've never
One-
seen that.
160 Mass Ave is Mackey. And
Mm.
their building's not best assessed very high. Their contribution's 64 a year, and you know that's a huge lumberyard. They've got an enormous amount of impermeable area. 308 Mass Ave, that's like Ixtapa, Planet Fitness, that's 157 a year. And each of those could easily be 1,000 to 2,000 a year. And I don't think they would push back too hard because they've got a lot of impermeable area.
Oh, there's not a lot of tenants in there right now.
Which one is that? Is that the Crossroads?
Yeah, the Crossroads thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
they lost
Oh.
a dollar store or something.
Oh, yeah, that closed a long time. I think it's
There's a
just,
gym now that's
Yeah,
opening,
just-
just opened, yeah.
oh, is
Where
it?
is that?
Empire Athletics, I think.
Okay.
Oh, and where like the Ixtapa and the Lindbergh family
Yep.
practice?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I thought it was just down to Lindbergh Family Practice and Ixtapa.
Yeah. They have a website up, they just got we approved their license on Tuesday.
Cool.
I already looked up the rates, it's pretty reasonable.
So are these reasonable to people? I mean, we're looking at stuff that people are paying like 0 and 64 and 157, and between those three properties, we could probably get $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000.
Did you do Arrive?
No,
Cause I,
no,
do
I
you
take
know
back, I
anything
did.
about Arrive? Being on the select board?
Rye
Because
has like
there's-
150 properties, and I think they're all rental.
Right, but so it's one big property
Yeah,
that's
it's
owned by Emerald Place LLC.
Yes,
And it is assessed at. This does not make any sense to me.
a huge.
$547,900.
What?
No.
It's
That's
the
not-
whole property.
What's the,
No.
what's
So
the
this is,
But
class
there's,
code?
but there's 150
the class
apartments.
code is office.
Yeah, there's 150 apartments, and they're each assessed anywhere from like
They don't-
200 to like 500.
They don't show up on GIS.
Oh,
separately.
weird. But if you go to the town
So-
assessor's spreadsheet, one Carousel Lane has 150 properties and they're all apartments or condos. They're all coded as condos. So
Yeah,
I wondered about that. We either hit them individually with residence taxes, or we treat that whole unit as a integral kind of like. property.
Oh,
That was my understanding of what we were leaning towards, was treating it as one integrated property.
I
And
think
then like
it,
It's
a
one
property
owner.
manager.
yeah,
with one property on the GIS map. This yellow outline
yeah,
is the entire
Yeah.
property
yeah.
and
Well,
on GIS.
It may not be up to date.
I mean, it's showing the sale date of 2022.
That
could look at the-
400,000 has to be for like the main building or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. That sounds like.
what was the last assessment? On the property?
Because that can't include all those.
So this shows,
You know,
this shows 2025. That's my house.
I should be able to show you. this actually,
2025.
find it.
And it shows the sale of 429 for 76 million. And then it shows an assessed value of 547. That's for 2025, 2024.
And what is that code, 3,400? That
Yeah.
is, that means office?
Yeah, that's what it says.
What is the number?
Office.
Yeah.
Office.
What is the street number?
1 Carousel Lane.
Okay, I have in the 2025-2026 assessed values by location spreadsheet. There's 1 Carousel Lane. Oh, there it is. CP5 Emerald Place, you're right, it's 549,000, but 10 Carousel Lane, 11 Carousel
Yeah.
Lane, 12 Carousel Lane, and these are all coming in at 271, 230, 271, 281. There's 150 of them.
Okay,
There's 150 Carousel Lane properties, and they're all assessed from $200,000 to $300,000.
And their use code is 1020,
Yes. Yes.
which I think is
Wait.
condo.
where do I get that?
Go to the assessor's
Yeah,
website.
yeah, and the spreadsheet is there, it's a downloadable link.
Board of Assessors, yeah, yeah. Yep, that one. Just do a find on carousel.
I'm almost there.
Oh, okay.
I like the idea of treating it as one entity,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna
Because there's
have
one property owner.
yeah, I don't think they're individual condos, I think that they're all getting rented out.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a lot cheaper for them, and it's gonna be a big bill anyway, so. This way he can distribute
However, yeah,
$25 to each.
and plus it's only one bill for us to mail.
Yes. Like, what do you think? But that's another heavy hitting guy. So we'll get $5,000 or $10,000 from them.
Mm-hmm.
We went over that. Right.
Hmm?
Didn't we already go over that?
Yeah, we
Went
did.
through the
It's-
bylaw? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all clear now. It's not vague anymore. I really got confused from the verbiage from the first version. Um. So I'm sure that Jerice will go over that. She'll say stuff to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is designed to illustrate how the fees will be distributed. If it's a line item in the budget, or if it's a utility. So on the left, basically the residents are paying for pretty much all of it. 'Cause, it's just, if you look at the assessed values of the properties and how much of the, tax levy comes from residences versus commercial and industry,
Mhm.
that's the distribution. But if you have a utility, now you're gonna use a meter, which is the impermeable area, and the balance is gonna shift. There's so much impermeable area on the industry and on the commercial that they're gonna pay a much larger portion of the expenses.
It's shifting the burden a bit,
Yes,
like a split tax rate would.
Yes.
Which we don't have enough commercial.
yes, it would be just like a split tax rate.
I
But
think that in combination with the ability to get credits or abatements,
Yeah.
it's only possible with utility.
Right.
I think
love-
those 2 points make it.
I love the abatement
Strong.
process, because these guys are gonna say, oh, I don't wanna pay this. They send us your O&M manuals. You know, if you have my number on DPW directors, my phone number, my email. You come to me, I don't wanna go to you.
I mean, they have to balance the cost of maintenance
Yeah.
with
Some of them may
how
say, I
much
don't
they're
wanna do it
saving.
because, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't wanna spend $2,000 on a rain garden because I just don't want it, so they pay the $100 fee.
Yeah, doesn't make sense to put a new one in, but if you already have it,
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense then. Come look.
or it might make sense to do something, you know?
Well, but I think Tim would know, the stormwater rules and regulations and stuff for new developments have changed a lot, like. The special permit that you need to get if you disturb so much
Yeah,
Yes.
property, you need to get a stormwater permit or something, so.
right,
So, as far as new development goes. We're gonna see a lot more mitigation in place from the get-go,
right,
And
so
then
they
it's
will be
just-
forced to do that,
Yeah, and it's just incumbent upon the
Yep.
property owner to maintain it,
which comes at a cost.
yeah,
And they may get an automatic abatement if it's new construction and they
Mhm.
meet the, yeah.
And
For the
maybe,
first year, then somebody
Yeah.
has to
is it
Right.
every
make sure
Yeah.
that they're actually.
Do
maintaining
they
it.
have to reassess it? Do they have to reapply for the abatement every year, or is it like a 3-year abatement? When-
See, that's what I was thinking, maybe like a 3-year, it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
every
because that would
year.
reduce the overhead.
Or
Yeah.
But it
2
also,
Something,
Yeah.
it's nice to have a watchdog, otherwise people slack off, that's all I'm saying. So it's gotta be a compromise.
we had this problem on Flat Hill.
yeah.
years, big time.
Well, I think every year we would wanna see their maintenance log,
Yeah,
right? If you don't submit it, you don't get your credit.
Okay.
And maybe, well, it's to save on some engineering, I guess, or only inspect them every 3 years or something.
I like that. It's like imposing, imposing the requirements on the town, commercial and industry to do their own housekeeping. And, I just think it's a great idea. Want to see what's on the next chart? This is just where I got my information from. And $125,000, I think, is the line item that was in that budget that was presented at the town meeting on May 17th, 2025. So that's where I got the information from. There's the total tax levy on the left. I really didn't know what the hell a cherry chart was and debt exclusions and free cash. I had no clue what all that stuff was. Well, now I do. I'll go to the next chart. There's really not much information there. So this, Renee, and you got a PhD, you're smart. Tell me if I'm wrong. So this is kind of like the one chart that, since I'm an engineer, makes sense to me and it tells a story. So the town budget currently, and that's like the top chart in the left, in the middle, says current. So we don't have any new existing personnel, don't have indirect costs, don't have expenses. But we do have vendors, $125,000. That's what's in the budget. So if you split that amongst all the residents, now you go down below and you say the current town budget, about 119,000 that is going to the residents, and the rest goes to the commercial. That's about 33 per year. So that's real close to what you calculated. I don't think they're too far off. So if everything went into the town line budget, and Bill got his $336,650, I think that's the number that you wanted, right? That's the vendors for the sweeping.
Yeah, he said rounded it to 340, but that's good.
Okay. So 95% is 319,800. So the middle bottom says proposed, if it went into the line budget, and this is what the FinCom wanted to know, is why don't you just get rid of the engineer and indirect costs and expenses and just hit us with this and put in the town budget? Okay, that's fine. Then I worked out the math and we can play with numbers, but that came out to like 88 per resident per year. So the gimmick
That's
is,
340, that 336 still includes overhead? Or no, you just
No.
took the two bottom, just street cleaning and sweeping,
Right.
those two lines?
Yep.
Okay.
so that's 88 per year, which is less than 100, don't promise people. But actually, this is not the utility. And the lower left box says, note that this represents a total stormwater budgetary line item as a change of 55 per resident per year. So people are thinking that the utility is gonna be up to $100 added expense, but it's not, it's more like 55.
Well, okay, but you take that stormwater line out of the budget,
Yeah,
residents are still gonna be paying $33, it's just gonna go to another
other
line at the
places,
bottom.
you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
So we need an override. So this is a way of getting more money into the budget without an override. I don't wanna say that though, because we need an override.
yeah, it's coming.
I want an override. I think we need an override. But you're right. The stormwater line item budget is only gonna go up by $50 to $60 per year per resident. It's not gonna go up 100. And this is the part that I think is compelling. If you did a utility and you hired your guy and you had the expenses, even if you farm them out, then the utility would bring in, if you distribute it using the ERUs, according to CEI, didn't they say 40% of the budget would come from commercial and other? I didn't use 40, I used 35 because I'm assuming abatements are gonna come in. And it's probably gonna be less than 35. But that's per year per resident, it's the same price as if you put it in the line budget, in the line item. Now, I should have myself into thinking that this isn't gonna affect the residents whether they do the utility or not.
So where did that 323? Come
Oh,
from?
that's 95% of the total stormwater utility.
Of the 490?
Oh, take it back. It's 65% of the total stormwater utility. Because the balance of the expenses between the CE, between the commercial and industrial and other is going to be 35%. And the residents pay 65%.
So shouldn't you do that same 35% from the town budget, from the 336?
Because that other chart that I showed you said that, because the town budget shows that.
Oh, it's 95% resident.
Yeah, the residents are shouldering the
So with the utility, the residents' burden goes from 95% to 65%,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
35%, whatever, I don't know.
It goes to 65%
Okay,
from
okay.
95%.
Okay.
So these numbers are, like I said, they're hitting the target. They may not hit the bullseye, but
Mhm.
I tend to believe them. And I'll tell me if I'm stuck myself in
Mhm.
the wrong thing here, because that's a good news story. So what's happening is the commercial and industrial and others are gonna give us the money that we need to hire our guy. That's fair. And the argument is, yeah, because they have so much impermeable area.
So we're not, okay, just to play devil's advocate, they'll say,
Sure.
well, we're not business friendly then. We're not, it's gonna make.
I
It's really
say,
hard to argue that we're not business friendly.
I say
We
we're
don't have a higher
ridiculously
tax
business
rate for
friendly.
businesses.
If
Like, this is the
we're any
first
more
town
business
we've ever
friendly.
lived in that doesn't have a higher tax rate for businesses.
Especially doing this via ERUs, like it is literally just asking people to do their fair share.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
sometimes doing your fair share costs you a little bit more money.
It's gonna hurt.
Have we always had the same tax rate for business and?
I think so. I think the businesses are gonna hate it, but just go walk around Walmart Mountain. It's huge. It's gargantuan. And he's not giving us any money. They're not. There's no income there from that.
So what happens in the weird alternate world where the businesses all somehow miraculously get abatements? And they reduce their bill and
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't meet this.
Well, what
We
we can
don't
do
meet
is,
this.
Burden
Okay,
benefit
the-
back.
Well, we
Does
can
the
do-
burden shift back to residents?
we've
Do
talked,
we
no,
have to-
we
does
did, we
the
talked about this
stormwater-
before. You know how there's different rate structures? There was like
Mhm.
4 of them.
Mhm.
Well, we can do the residents rate structure too, which is like 65, 70, and we can kick the other guys up to a bigger rate structure. 100 per ERU instead of 60 per ERU. And then what's gonna happen is, you're right, the abatements are gonna flow in like crazy. They're gonna do their own housekeeping and it'll come down to match those numbers, 65, 35. You can play with the numbers to make them work out so that we get that.
I'd be interested to see how many abatement applications come in other towns, because there's a cost in maintaining
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
your stormwater infrastructure, which may be more expensive than actually paying. Obviously, we want them to maintain their stormwater infrastructure, but there is a time expense, there's a actual expense,
If you have to
Um,
hire somebody to come in, it's easily gonna beat out $100
right?
for your.
Well, and even for the the businesses too, like if they have to dredge or
Mm,
like that starts to get very
very
expensive.
expensive.
Then we
So
won't ask for.
we want them to do that, obviously. We want them to take
So
care
there's
of their.
incentive for them to do that, but if they think it's not cost effective for them, they'll just pay the
Right.
full.
Right.
Heck. I like it.
So,
I'm sorry, the more I think about this, the more I like it.
Mhm.
I don't foresee a future where we would have every business.
Oh, no, I know, I'm just
So
trying
many-
to.
I would say, any business that's not fairly, what is it, like the last 5 years, maybe? How long have that, most businesses don't have an O&M in place. That's pretty new as far as
Yeah.
building goes. So if they were applying for an abatement, probably they'd be putting something on their property that's new.
But after abatements, we still have a budget, a target number that we need to
Right.
hit with the utility, so there'll
Yeah.
have to be some,
There's gonna be
Yeah.
some uncertainty.
So
adjustment.
what do we do
Somehow.
when that happens?
I don't know, it's up to the Stormwater Commission when that's.
Right.
Which.
So what you do
That'll
is
be on it.
you give the town the budget. And you tell them this is our going in position. We don't know what the abatements are gonna be. We're assuming they're gonna come across in at like 35%. First year, maybe 40, 50% third year. 3%, and we'll just use those as numbers and say, this is what we got. And after 3 years, or maybe every year, we can tweak things. The budget may be the same, but the balance between the commercial and the
Yeah,
may change.
I mean, the fee is based to hit that target budget number,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
but
it's
we need
not
to make
just,
that, how it gets distributed, I think,
Yeah.
is the trick. It's kind of like driver's points, you know what I mean? People who get tickets are gonna pay more for their insurance than everybody else. So it's kind of sort of the same thing. People who are maintaining their stormwater are gonna get a incentive. So So I hope people understand that. So they kept asking the question, why do you want to add this overhead? And if I had my way, I would change the question to, is the added utility expense to be imposed on our commercial, industrial, and other sources worth the benefit? And all these green light items came out of your chart. So it's just an echo of what you had presented. And you're right, we're gonna save money. I mean, how much did you spend on CEI for consulting work to write reports and do the consulting last year?
25,000.
Are you,
And,
But that
planning?
includes that BMP. No?
Oh, is it
No,
25,000 per
that was
year?
all right, so
Okay.
can we erase that going forward? We don't intend to
And-
do that anymore?
Put that in-house with if you were to be able to get an engineer.
Right,
Yeah,
25,000 is not. We'll
That's-
cover an in-house person.
Well, no, I was saying if we added it to that person who we were looking at for in-house, bump them up by 25,000. You have that savings there, and then they could do the reports.
if we have to do a report, that's not in his line item budget, it's just a sweeping in the catch basins.
She had it in his budget, the
Did you have
25,000 that went to
25,000?
yeah.
Okay,
CEI. But if you could put that into, and you could get maybe a better, higher level of engineer too. So,
See, but I think there's pushback to not hire an
Yeah.
engineer.
yeah, but look at these numbers.
but I know that there's pushback, there's also pushback to the entire thing.
Well, yeah,
But, so, I don't,
I mean,
I
I see-
do think that it makes sense for you to have somebody dedicated to this in-house. I think if they could take on that CEI stuff, you can get a little bit more higher caliber of engineer. And also bring that stuff in-house,
You might have
you know,
to,
have them work on that in the off season.
right.
And then have them work on, maybe they have to billing.
would
Maybe
you
Stuart
hire
does
them, or
billing.
would you farm that work out to someone like Greg Roy to help you find the person to do that?
No, we would hire here.
Okay, so you,
Yeah.
okay, you know how to vet a candidate and make sure that they're
Yeah.
qualified and, okay. Just wanna make sure. I don't enjoy hiring people. It's never been my forte.
Good stuff.
So I don't know if you wanna keep going or not. These are the two heavy hitting items that everybody wanted to know. So those are village bullets. So. Illicit discharge detection. So this guy's gonna actually go and what, sample water out of the big
Sure.
stations and
Yeah,
stuff? We don't do that now.
right.
You're gonna be able to do it now.
And if we do it, I have to hire a CEI to do it.
I'm
Yeah.
sold.
That's it. Do you have all the money that we spend on CEI doing that stuff?
Yeah.
Per year?
I can dig it all up.
Yeah, because that, I mean, if a lot of that could go on to an engineer, that could be a pretty big dump off from one to the other.
it's gotta be over 100 grand.
For an engineer.
With the benefits,
Yeah,
well over.
well, we had somewhere with
thinking.
76,000 or something, add 25,000 to that. Add some of this testing, all the other stuff that you, like they could design a stormwater, a BMP. If they're an engineer, I think that would be in
I
their
don't know, I think it's
house.
gonna come down to compare what does it cost to outsource versus what's the full cost to hire someone? It's
Sourcing engineers is pretty expensive. I think sometimes the,
Contract engineering is very expensive.
Yeah.
if it's wrapped
Yeah,
into
there
all
is-
the other work that's being done with CEI or Weston Sam or whatever
Yeah.
company's doing it.
they can take on a lot of this stuff that is going to be managed
I think
within the
that's the part
stormwater.
that-
I think that could be a good sell.
I think that's the question, hiring someone or just wrapping those responsibilities into.
My opinion is if you get a good guy, it's more fortunate to do it this way. You'll be collaborating with them in-house and you'll be directing him. And, if they're competent and they like their work, it'll work out great. And you get somebody that's not so good. Sure. And you're really stuck with the talent you get.
How many hours do you think it takes CEI to prepare the MS4 compliance?
I know. I have to check their billing.
Okay, I think it's 20, because it's like a flat fee of 25,000 every year.
Mm.
So that's something as they're looking at hourly.
Actually, I think about it. And find the, their contract. Where's their contract? I have far too many files. Forget where I see it. Yeah. This is 2 years ago, but annual.
Well, it's only
report,
gone up since then.
3,500 just for that report.
Did they estimate how many hours it takes them to?
No. EMP inspections, plan updates. Right.
The BMP design up to 18,000.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we went over that.
I mean, that alone, if we had somebody in-house who was able to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's part of the MS4 compliance. Plan updates.
Yeah.
50,000.
That 1 year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So,
Some of it, it's
Two
the
years.
mix, like fixed costs versus time and
Right.
materials,
Right.
so it's a
but
combination.
even if you take out that, yeah. Well, the Stormwater BMP, $18,000 is a significant cost.
That was a
For
one-time
a
thing.
BMP design. Yeah, but that's still,
Yeah. We shouldn't have to do that again.
I mean, for a. Well, we will have to put more BMPs in at some point though, won't we? Or is
Yeah.
that just a one-time
Yeah,
thing?
I think the
I
new
thought-
permit's gonna demand it.
Yeah,
$18,000 for a design is pretty cheap.
Mhm.
and then 12,000 for the
More like
utility.
30,000. Something. Like I'm thinking of the primary school playground, I think it was like a $30,000 estimate.
That's a whole playground though, right?
Yeah, primary school playground,
Or is that
it's
the,
not that big,
okay,
right?
I don't
I
know,
think it's
I don't
okay.
even know what the primary school is. My daughter's 21, gonna be 21, so we didn't use the schools here.
Hmm.
Yeah, and if you could get somebody in here. Say 125,000 all in with the fringe. Maybe that would, a lot of that stuff would be offset by that. And it would be somebody who's familiar with everything that's happening too.
Yeah.
So. And it would be something to work on, so we could have somebody full time. When they're not working on abatements and checking O&Ms and all that stuff, they'd have a lot to work on in the office.
Right. That's ideal, but then we gotta, the finance committee is saying too much overhead.
Yeah,
If you can pay for it, or they pay, they wanna see the revenue to back up your expenses, that's what I think. And I think they're very skeptical that you can cover your expenses. I think if you can convince them that you can cover your expenses. What's their complaint? We're adding value, right? This is what our charter is, if I'm wrong. Give them these outside the box ideas that they can chew on, and if they're good ideas, they should run with them, but if they're not, they can spit them out. But one of the underlying premises is we will cover our expenses. This is kind of redundant.
and so I. Don't fully understand how town meeting works, cause I still haven't been to one, I was sick at the last one. But as far
Always
as,
gonna be a doozy.
yeah, as far as finding, as far as finance committee goes and select board goes. I mean, we're trying to convince them in a way that we just want them to like advocate for
Recommend,
us,
recommend
right?
it.
Yeah, but we don't, if finance committee isn't on board. It's still, we're still really just trying to convince the residents.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, they did, what was it, $50,000 to hire Weston and Sampson?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Kinda,
I think they wanna see they get their money's worth. You know,
I think that was a
Reese is awesome.
split,
yeah.
It's close.
right?
Mhm.
And it wasn't unanimous support, yeah.
But they passed.
Town meeting passed it.
Well,
Right,
then,
and that's kind of where I'm going with it
Yeah.
is,
well, I
if we
already-
can get our messaging right and get ahead of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and-
obviously, it's nice to have the endorsement in finance committee, but if we don't have it, we don't have it.
Right.
And they seem like a hard sell.
Yeah.
So,
And if we cover our expenses, what does FinCom like?
I think the sentiment of the reluctance to really wanting to hire and create a new position goes beyond FinCom. I
Yeah.
think just in general, in town, there's.
I don't, the
very
sentiment of select
strong
board seems
positions.
less,
We were
opposed.
supposed to just look at the bylaw,
yeah.
which didn't really,
I thought there were some good questions.
yeah.
It's because of benefits, the massive jump in health benefits
It's
alone
outrageous.
is insane, and that's why there's that big push, don't hire anybody.
And you carry those benefits into retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The town pays for the school's retirees' health insurance.
For the rest
Is that
of them.
Medicare?
all
Haley,
taxes.
I know there's a pension, but
I'm on Medicare and between me and Kathy, it's $1,000 a month. We still have deductibles. What a benefit.
Yeah, well, is a huge benefit, and that's why they don't pay as well as private sector.
Mm.
But like the
Yeah.
paraprofessional, I think school said it was like a 20-some $1,000 salary, and if they took the family plan, it'd be $30,000 just for the family plan of insurance. So it's more than their salary,
but is that $20,000 full-time?
20-something.
Full-time,
For kindergarten para, I think that's what they quoted.
is that full-time? Cause they're saving a lot of money
Yeah.
in the front end there, so. That's pretty low for a full-time worker, annually,
I don't know what
20,000?
degree, like a paraprofessional, I
Okay.
don't know if there's a certification, I
Yeah.
don't know enough about it.
But I feel like that would be less than minimum wage,
That's a lot.
yeah,
It's a school, I don't know, school year, so it's
Okay.
not 12 months, so I don't know how, in school days, I don't know how many hours that actually
Okay.
factors out. But a family plan, I think it was like $31,000 or something
yeah, just per year,
per year. That gets added onto the budget.
yeah.
So I think if you're gonna keep the engineer line on there. You really gotta make sure you make the case. Why you're adding a position and not just outsourcing that task as well.
I think if you could add up everything that we've spent on CEI
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
And then say like this is what it costs us to outsource. And then list all of the things that this engineer could do, in addition to the stuff that CEI was
Over
doing.
12 months,
Right.
not
Right.
just during the
Right, yeah, no, and I definitely
non-winter season.
think that could 100% be a year-round job. If they took on some of the stuff that CEI was doing, or all of the stuff.
So that's like a
That's CEI
non-fair
was
case,
doing.
but it's also the case where all of the commercial properties, industrial are gonna do their own housekeeping.
Right,
That's a nice thing.
yeah,
Somehow,
I mean,
I don't know how to communicate that to the residents, so how do you communicate that so that they think this is a good thing? Especially,
I am not as confident that these businesses will do their own housekeeping,
Yeah,
but if they don't, then they're paying.
Yeah.
So,
I
you know,
am expecting they're gonna be paying, except for maybe like the warehouse where it is new and,
yeah,
yeah.
Their maintenance costs are
they're gonna go
low,
bankrupt any day.
it's in good shape.
right,
So. Yeah, the argument of having it in the operating budget and, the fact that it can be moved around didn't seem to carry much weight with folks.
Yeah. But you have to do so get the
Wait.
payment management.
That's back in, I think, right?
No,
Not fully, right?
That's still 300 and something thousand being proposed.
it's a little increase.
Yeah,
I
it's
was at
not full restoration, but,
79,
all right,
650 this year,
yeah.
27.
Um. I think the other question, maybe it's an inefficiency, is the comment like, oh, if you don't pay, what are you gonna do about it?
It was
You
like-
Yeah.
can't turn off, there's
What
nothing
is
you can
that?
turn
it
off.
was like a tax lien.
I know, but
Yeah.
hey,
Chris brought
I'll worry
that up.
about that down the
I
road.
put liens on the property, so some of the account is basically, everybody have an account, right? And basically after 10 years, if you don't pay, you sell your property, do you put a lien on the property? I
That's what
think that's what
happens.
Tender Front brings to the table, is you have the right to, you have the ability to do that. So, yeah.
And I mean, you can, what would the interest be for non-payment? Could you have a high interest fee for paying late?
I give a $10 late fee.
It's,
Is there,
interest rate. Charges,
I don't know.
but wouldn't you be able to set your own interest rate?
I don't think so.
What does sewer
What
do?
does sewer do? I should know, cause I'm late right now.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says.
Put a, well, if you're late enough, we'll send you a demand notice with a $10 fee,
There you go.
Okay,
right?
I probably have that.
No, they haven't gone out yet, so you're
Oh,
good. You're good.
I pay like every second or third one. Look, I try and then it doesn't let me and then I give up. And then I eventually do it.
And if somebody doesn't pay sewer for the year, we turn it over to the property tax, right?
Oh, is that a thing?
They added the property tax, wow.
Yeah.
Could we do that too?
Yeah.
There you go.
Sewer bills are higher, much higher than what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, the minimum is 133.
A year,
Quarter.
I'm better off on September.
And we're kind of at the mercy of the
Until it
IMI,
fails, you have to
right?
put it in.
No.
Wait, what did you say?
Keep your mouth shut.
Until it fails.
Yeah,
And
No,
you're gonna put in a new one.
ugh, no. No, no, no.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm reading number 4 now.
Number 4. Number 4.
Up 2.5 bypass.
A rare opportunity. Your word's business important. This is an opportunity. And this is our job to present it to the town. These are rare opportunities.
have we had an override before?
Mm-hmm,
And was it approved?
2 years
Sorry,
ago,
happen very
2
often.
years ago, the school.
$938,136, I think.
All right, who's counting?
And they didn't use it. Kathy told me they just. put it in
Surplus, yeah, that was previous administration, yeah, about 60% of it was turned back.
Okay, but it passed.
Surplus, yeah, it passed.
And what are we looking for now?
This year,
Yeah.
we're talking a million, it's something million, not
Okay,
hundreds of thousands.
So it was for the schools, so a lot
Only.
of parents showed up at town meeting and after that vote, the place emptied out.
yeah,
I think we went from like almost 500 people in there to like less than 2.5.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it depends on what the override's for, right?
all right. And what is it, what are we saying it's for this year?
Everything.
Everything,
Okay,
maintain services.
Yeah,
Even level service will require some.
well, everything's more expensive now,
And then there's the fourth shift fire and, yeah,
right?
health insurance. So,
Alright, so the 2.5 override, everybody understands that.
so how do you get to the second bullet? It's utility was included. It counts for 50% of the 2.5%.
Yeah, so he's asking for instead of 125,000 or 110,000, I can keep it straight. Like 340,000? So it's like 250,000, so 2.5% of our levy for our budget, right? Is what a number like 1,000? Or I'm sorry, like 1 million? How much is it? Yeah, it's like 1 million. So he's asking for like almost a half, between a third and a half. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't want.
Like if we were to include it in the override, it would.
Yeah.
Be a significant
they-
portion.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Of an override.
about,
So the total tax levy is like $35,000. 2.5% of that is 700, some $800,000. He's asking for like $250,000 increase. We're close to 30 to 40% increase. It's fine on budget.
cause it's more than just the tax. Levy, isn't,
Is the 2.5 override just on the levy or is it on everything?
that's what I don't know.
I think it's on the levy. There was a budget
Fine.
that I looked at and actually calculated the.
Oh, so
Yeah.
here I can do it, yeah, I can.
Yeah, there's no,
calculate
there's a, one of the spreadsheets has what the override is.
here.
I'm sorry, the 2.5 contribution is, I find it.
So it's this over 2.5, okay, 822.
Okay.
2.5 is 0.025?
Yep.
Yes, it's just the levy limit. Yep,
So what is the percentage? What he's asking for?
so it's 50,
Okay, so I didn't.
is that right? 50%?
I kinda hemmed and hawed on that number and I ended up going to 50 because I didn't want to sell short. I don't want to scare people either. I don't want
Cause
to.
that is scary.
It is. Like half of the override goes to Bill. You feel special.
Goes to just one line.
Which is only like
That
0.3%
can't be-
of budget. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That can't be, so you either
Yeah,
override or
that
you give us
one
the.
sounds too high, but I can't get my head around it right now.
30% make more sense, but
It's. It would starve all the other, everybody wants their 2.5% increase, and I don't blame them. So I don't know how you can justify giving one tiny little line item in the budget that much of the override.
Cause I'm looking at the FY 26 levy limit, 32.9 million, 2.5% increase is 822,000.
Yeah.
So it's about,
About 50.
almost, yeah,
Yeah.
yikes.
I know. I mean, there's other revenue sources that go up that build our allowable levy. Estimated grow, yeah, I don't know, this stuff is making my head hurt. Okay,
What's 5? Oh, this one's an easy one to answer. Greg Roy brought that up and I
Yeah.
agree with.
yeah,
An abatement process should be, I like 50, but I'm just one person.
I think that's for the stormwater commission to figure out. Sewer/stormwater. The no, we can't even say water commission.
So there would be an abatement form, right? I'm assuming, would that just be the only requirement is to give us an O&M plan? And some verification that you're actually executing it, or would there be more to it than that?
Like a report for bigger ones, like a
Like if
report from
your cousin or something. Yeah.
some sort of third party. Or,
Well, we want to
Proof that-
inspect it, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
But
And
that's,
has to be submitted by deadline, I mean, kind of like the tax abatement process.
Yeah, we'd have to see that plan too.
I like the idea that the month of June is the abatement month. And we're gonna go out and inspect roofs.
Yeah, because it'll be tied to the fiscal year, not calendar year, right?
Right,
Alright, requirements. No one knows.
Yeah, nobody knows. This is subjective. This is really a tough one to argue over. And I've used this as every time someone brings up that argument, I've used kicking the can down the road another year. And this is the third year I'm on this stormwater, and it's been the same mantra over and over again. We need funding. And kicking the can down the road another year is just, it is what it is.
How long has the task force existed?
Hmm.
Is it 3 years?
Hmm.
Been on
More
since the
than-
beginning?
Yeah, longer than that.
Yeah.
Since-
It's been established for a lot longer than 3 years.
Yeah, since before I came to the planning board, so at least 4.
Okay,
oh, more than that,
Yeah,
or double that.
and it's never gone to town meeting before? Okay,
No, it's never gone this far.
Yeah,
What always happens? It just, no one wants to deal with it. It just kind of gets pushed aside.
Probably, that's probably, that's part of it, yeah. But
change
it
over,
looked like,
maybe.
I think the original people were pushing towards it, but it didn't go anywhere. And then it kind of went flat.
has it consistently met that whole time, or would
Yeah.
it?
From
Mm,
what I can see, yeah.
I've been
No.
going
we
almost
missed like 4 months last year,
Very
right?
faithful.
Well,
I missed, yeah, I got sick one year,
Uh,
vacation another one, yeah.
No, but when
when
they
I
changed,
joined the planning board, I went to one meeting and then they just kind of stopped for, I think, like a year until you.
it's like
came
somebody
in.
left in August or something, and it just, the chair left and
Okay.
there was no one. Like last summer, last fall. It was, it stopped.
I was
We've
here
been
last, I've
meeting
been here now
consistently
since,
since December twenty
Maybe it was-
twenty-three.
I've been here for almost 2 years now. Say April
Okay, well,
24th.
maybe it's longer,
Or,
no, than I thought,
Yeah,
cause I'm finishing the third year, so I'm 23.
Yeah.
Summer of 23, maybe it happened,
okay,
does that make sense? That would have been my
I
first
wasn't
year,
there yet then.
yeah, it
I
was
wasn't
before
even,
you were here.
remember yet.
Yeah.
I know when came on, there was one person who wasn't showing up,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and then.
Yeah. no,
Okay.
this was, yeah, it was summer of 23, cause that's when I started, yeah. Summer or fall, that it stopped for a period.
Did it start back up when we flooded? And the whole time, we got 11 inches of rain,
No, I
and then
think it
people
was
started caring
before
about
that.
yeah,
stormwater.
before that.
Just looking at these.
Cause that would have been a really good
Agenda's
time
back
to
behind.
push forward. Oh, wow, all right, that's almost 5 years right there. Is that the first one?
I don't know.
wow,
2021.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Public outreach,
public.
we're doing it.
What?
960 Mass Ave, is that Ritter?
Yeah. That's what it used to be.
Does it say who was the chair and,
That doesn't say, right?
oh,
Other
I
minutes?
have to look at the minute. Oh, that's the other place to look, right? 7. Oh, no, gotta go to agendas and minutes, right?
Yeah, the, oh, button.
City View more, yeah. I
2016.
I doubt, I think
I doubt
2016
it.
is just as far back as,
Oh, my God,
holy moly.
oh, my God.
Okay, go to the beginning.
Those poor souls.
So there may even be 2015.
I think Jack Rabbit was on this way back then.
All right.
Yeah,
Dave
there's Jack.
Builders.
Dave
The little
McDonald.
clock, there you go, yep.
All right, well, 10 years, this is the year.
Oh, my
We're,
God.
we're over 10 years later right
Happy
now.
birthday.
what do they look at? Election of officers. Held the second Wednesday of each month. Possibly one more meeting each month. Next meeting scheduled for February 10th. Okay.
Yeah.
So this has been a long time in the making. 10 years is the lucky there. They met twice that month.
Yeah,
Oh, they're serious about it. If you go to YouTube, there's a video of Phyllis Luck with this diagram of a town, and she's spraying it for like 5 minutes, creating those little trickles.
Really?
Yeah, and all these little waste products kind of getting the little trickles and going to the streams. It's really cute.
Ugh,
Okay.
And we talked about this. I'm shocked that it doesn't make a difference. 2,500 yards. Wow, I can't believe it. It doesn't make a difference.
well, yeah, I'm sure you'd pick up more
Yeah,
if we were putting down sand. It would be more obvious.
it's
right?
125
People would see it on
20-yard
the
truckloads. That's
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot to dispose of.
yeah,
yeah. I don't, where does it go?
we can dump it in the landfill on Young's Road.
Okay,
What do we use now rather than sand?
So,
Okay, and that's better, like ecologically? Or is it the same, but? it's
Ecologically.
That's other different issues.
yeah,
jury said that they're gonna start monitoring chlorine in the lakes.
Oh, and salts is chlorinated.
And then, you know, most of it is in these.
Look at the.
Is it,
Unless
is
you have
it
other
sodium
stuff.
chloride or is it
that-
magnesium chloride or is it potassium chloride, is sodium?
It just goes down when it snows. Everybody stay home.
Well, then stay home tomorrow.
right, so. Yeah, part of the permit is supposed to have a winter operations plan to cut down on the amount of salt. So in my capital presentations, I have, well, a new salt barn, cause this one's falling apart, but part of that would be to get liquid chemicals, so we can pre-treat. And put saddle tanks on the trucks and then treat the salt as it's coming out.
Right.
You'll end up using less salt, cause it'll work better.
How do you treat the salt as it comes out?
You spray it with the liquids.
We have on the state, we use magnesium chloride. They'll have extra tanks that'll spray some on the salt as it goes down onto the road.
Right, as it's falling off
Yeah.
the conveyor belt. This
Just got some salt from Home Depot and it was a combination of sodium chloride and magnesium chloride.
Right,
They say it dissolves more ice per pound.
exactly,
And it'll work to a lower temperature.
right.
Okay,
That was part of the problem this year. It was so stinking cold.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
You couldn't lower the
Sitting right there. with
freezing
the snow.
temperature, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
sitting there, it doesn't
Yeah.
work. Plus wetting it activates the salt, so it'll work better, so it's when it's really cold, then it lowers the freezing temperature. Right, so, and like you say, if 1 pound of salt will dissolve more ice, if it's treated. Than just regular salt, so
okay,
you end up using less salt.
okay.
The salt is a bigger expense than the plowing.
It's almost equal.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I thought salt costs more, but like,
Yeah.
we wanna get snow, not ice. In terms of budget.
Yeah, true.
Alright, so this is moot.
But yeah, the thing I did was the newer trucks that I bought different controllers
Mhm.
for the conveyor belts, and you can control it a lot better. You know how much is coming out, right? So the new trucks, they're using a lot less than the old trucks.
Okay.
And
Every once in a
they're
while,
getting the job done.
every once in a while I come to an area of the road where there's literally salt caked.
Yeah,
It's just-
Oh, how's your guy in truck? The good British.
okay.
Yeah.
He was all banged up. He's still hurting a little bit, but
Wait,
it's okay.
was that a Lunenburg?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Plow? Oh, I thought it was a Lemonster plow for some reason.
Well, I drove on there. I think I saw where he went off. It's like right after
Oh.
the four-way intersection there by Stillman's,
Did he
just
have
up
a
the
nice
road on the
patch?
right
Yeah.
near the swamp.
Did he hit an ice patch or something?
Yeah, he kind of slid off the road. And when he hit the edge, the truck's top heavy, just
Oh,
pulled
yes.
right over.
Yeah, wow.
You can see it, it's next door.
Oh, okay.
There were pictures on Facebook, the police.
I saw the
department,
picture, yeah.
Well, yeah, laying on its
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Yeah. You have it up right now.
Yay,
Waiting to see.
you
how
won't be
much-
using that tomorrow.
No, waiting to see how much money they give us for it.
All right,
So this is a good one for discussion. I think. I like the Walmart case. They would never come here if we didn't have a good town. And that includes everything, not just police and fire, but also infrastructure. And it shouldn't shock the facility manager there, the property manager, that he needs money for, we need money for stormwater.
And somebody like Walmart won't be surprised because it's happening all over the country, right?
Yeah,
So I can see Walmart just like, since they have Walmart in Leominster, just that being like, just going, nope, we're done here. We've got the super Walmart over in Leominster. We'll see you later.
I can't imagine them closing that down. It's gotta be moneymaker for them.
Ooh, I don't know.
I can't say I'd be sad, but
I wouldn't be sad to see
Yeah.
them go, but I mean, as a
I-
source of revenue for the town.
Is that a lot of
but
money?
It is a
the
source of-
property owner is still gonna pay
yeah,
taxes.
we
The
still.
property owner is still gonna. pay
Right,
taxes,
so if
but no one's
Walmart
gonna
wasn't
be
there-
Paying taxes on an empty building,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, Leominster's a long way to go to Walmart. That's like
Walmart doesn't care.
25-minute drive.
Remember, they're one of the biggest corporations in the world, so.
Yeah, they do cost.
I think
more,
it's crazy that there's one in Leominster and
Yeah.
one in Lunenburg. Cause I mean, I came from Framingham and there was one there, but then there wasn't another one for, I don't know, maybe Northborough, which is pretty far.
That's because none of the towns around there probably would let them in.
Right, well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I kind of feel it doesn't, I was surprised that Lunenburg has one. It doesn't,
There's two within 20 minutes of my house.
yeah.
I mean, technically, you've got Lunenburg, you got Leominster, and then you've got one in, what is it, Ashburnham?
I think is there one in
or
Gardner?
something? There's
Actually,
like,
it's three within
Like-
20 minutes of my house.
Yeah,
there's one up by Jaffrey, because I've gone camping up there and go, oh, there's a
Yeah.
Walmart right here. Yeah, Ringe, I think, yeah.
Yes, we talked about this one. So Rhonda kind of like piqued my curiosity. I had to think about it a little bit. It's not a lot of money. And really only 10% of the people itemize. My wife and I used to itemize when we own rental property, but we gave that up. Now we use the standard deduction. We love it. So this one is subjective too. I don't know if this is true, what the town's responsibilities are, just throw my thoughts on paper. And tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, but the first one, I mean, we're only asking money for maintenance. This is projects.
I know,
So we'll
well,
get that accomplished.
Fred brought it up at the select board.
right, I
But he's
mean,
thinking about life cycle costs, cause that's done, it's just expertise, right? So I think he was saying, do we have to pay stormwater fees in addition to all this engineering work that we do to survey these properties and install these BMPs? And the answer is, yeah,
the,
that's what you do.
the stormwater management that they're doing on those properties too. Is also, it helps them.
Yeah.
Too, though, it's not.
Yeah.
You know,
It-
a place that's prepared for stormwater is always going to be better.
So,
You know, if you build a house now, you have to do. Stormwater management,
Yeah.
like you have to do like the drain around the perimeter and, or the
Right.
outside, the French drain.
yeah,
So
I
just-
Brett Ramsden, $15,000 in landscaping just to do drainage and stormwater mitigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a chump change, and we had to renovate our basement, $35,000.
Yeah,
You know,
we had to do ours when we moved here because we flooded the day that we moved. Here.
say
We
that,
moved here the day of the raid. So our basement flooded.
Yeah.
And we moved here.
yeah, so is Menard's property, is that town water that's getting onto his property, or is it,
Combination,
okay? So there's something the town really
It's
should
better
address.
now.
oh, it's better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, he's
coming
saying-
off of other properties,
Yeah.
running down the street and then
Mhm.
running down his driveway.
And
Oh, runs down his driveway,
And part of it was
Yeah.
that pipe that had the utility pole go
Yeah.
through it.
That was part of the problem.
That was, and then also
the BMP
the,
that wasn't maintained.
yeah,
Right?
right,
well, wasn't.
which
it?
Bill
BMP.
Oh,
very kindly helped them fix,
We gave them ARPA money.
Mhm.
right?
yeah, he keeps complaining about how much money they had to invest in the property to keep, I don't think he's come anywhere close to this, what we're paying.
So what's the first bullet under town responsibilities?
This is me just brainstorming, I don't know if it's accurate or not, I'm just saying, if you build a new property, don't be surprised if you have to have a stormwater management plan. When we were on 25 Williams Drive, Paul Williams built that, is Williams Drive a good road, by the way? Any problems with it?
No.
You know when they put it in? When I moved in 89, 88. That's 26, 36, 38 years old and it's still in great shape.
Well, must have been repaved because we,
Has it been repaved?
it had to have been,
Are you sure?
because I put the fog seal on it 2 years ago, right? And
Okay,
I wanted a fog seal that if it was an older road.
okay. But, cause every time I walk my dog up there and it's got nice stormwater system, it's working. It's keeping the foundation dry and it's a stable road. So that's done right. So, yeah, if you do it right up front. You got a nice solid dry property that's stable and you don't have any issues. The bottom of our driveway in Williams Drive never was wet, because it was the bottom of the hill. And it always crumbled and fell apart. I mean, there's nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, if the water sits there.
Yeah, it sits there, yeah, it's at the low spot. So, Bill Proctor, when he was around, he gave us a $10,000 quote in like 92 or something like that to add drainage to the driveway. No way.
Hmm.
I couldn't afford that back then. You just lived with a crappy driveway.
No, but what's the bullet about the town, collaborating with neighboring towns?
The,
I'm saying,
The regional.
so this is a resident and you have a property which is town property. That's what I meant to say. So if you have if the neighboring property happens to belong to town of Lunenburg, then it should be town of Lunenburg's job to make sure that it doesn't discharge us.
Oh, it's the same town. I'm thinking neighboring towns,
Yeah.
neighboring properties. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
it's not vague, it's not clear. So, that's my understanding of how this works. And if I'm wrong, let me know.
Oh, no, I get it.
So
Mhm.
I'm thinking, I was kind of hoping that when we have the public discussion, this is gonna be the subject matter that comes up, and I think if we're all kind of like connected and on the same page, it'll be nice. If Joris is going to present, I'm all for it. She's really good at speaking
Mhm.
and she's very knowledgeable.
Mhm.
But we can certainly back her up on any of these topics if the subject comes up and she's looking for us to back her up.
I think we should send your slides to juries,
Yeah.
because I think that the questions you listed.
Yeah.
I expect are gonna overlap, but she might not have all of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And tell her we collaborated on these and more or less in agreement.
and like the pie chart on slide 13, I think is. That in combination with the table on slide 15. Comparing the costs. In the budget versus the utility.
I like that chart.
I think pairing that with the pie chart.
Yeah.
that message, I think is important to get across, and then the ability to do abatements when it's in, as a utility.
So FinCom representatives are there. Just ask them the question. If we cover our expenses, what's the issue?
So 15,000 for your landscaping, that
Yeah.
includes that big tall wall?
No, that was $40,000 in addition to
Okay.
it. The problem is we cut into the hill so we could add on. I put a
Okay.
second garage bay in there and a workshop so I could do woodworking.
Okay,
And what I found out is if you cut into a big hill, the water leaches out the side of it
yeah,
and it forms little trickles and they kind of form a tributary and then they form a bigger stream.
yeah.
And it erodes the heck out of your property. So that was just a enormous amount of brainstorming between me and Brett on how to solve that problem. It was not fun. But I think we cracked it.
He knows what he's doing.
Mhm. Can you send these to jury? No, John, this was a lot of work, this. is
Yeah.
really tough.
Yeah.
This is great.
Doing it.
Something about.
Especially the dirty snow picture.
It was so easy to
Cigarette
find
butts?
stuff to take a picture of. I was shocked when I walked around and just found all that stuff. It was just like, ugh. I think, and you found ash. I think you found some dumped ash tree in the middle of the parking lot.
Because the snow, all that crud just shows up on, everybody knows.
Yeah, I don't-
What's on the roads? We don't put sand. What do you mean it rains?
I don't see it as
Snow
much
acts like a
here,
filter.
but in my previous town, there were nips just lining.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is the
yeah.
patch just down past my house that it is constantly full of people's trash,
Yeah,
nips and, yeah.
I always have to
I was
go.
like, what are you just drinking them in the car and throwing them out of the?
Yep. So
I have no idea.
my road
Wow.
is, if people used it as a quick way to get up to the country mile in up in New Hampshire, which is a liquor store, liquor
Okay.
cigarettes. Right, so every week I have to go out and clean up nips, bottles and cans, takeout bags.
Yeah,
It's like,
I mean, out the window, like what is going through your head?
you don't
it's
care.
crazy.
But
I
how
don't, I
can-
don't
how
think,
can you?
Can't get caught with it in your car.
you have it when it's full, and I guess you drink it, but like, I just think we should get rid of nips entirely, but that's a whole.
But
other-
anything, trash, anything. I mean,
I had a,
like I know what happens, recycling bins, whatever. Trash gets, animals will get into it. It gets windy days that blow around, but
It's great when.
not that.
Yeah, no,
So I'm right on the Lunenburg Townsend line,
Mhm.
like literally my house is, and the paving, you can tell the difference between
Oh,
the two
yeah.
towns. Like where the paving ends for one town and which one is out of maintenance and stuff. So we always end up with potholes in the middle. And I end up with heat shields at least once or once every 3 months or once every 2 months. The heat shield from underneath the car.
Cal-
Someone will hit the pothole and their heat shield will just fall off and then the rainwater comes and it's like Bill said, it's all flat. It just washes up on the side of my front yard.
you should call a DPW director and fill the bottom.
Yeah. Well, it's funny when it's a pothole that's on the town line and the bolts show. I've had both teams show up and they're like, "You fill it, no, you fill it." They really just stand out there and chat the whole time.
Crazy.
So when you send that to Therese,
Yeah.
you're gonna basically say, please forward your presentation to us so we can see it in advance of the presentation.
So we started with the flyers.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
Are we?
can I have one? Do you have a spare?
Yeah.
so they're both gonna go out or?
We have to share.
Well, I guess we gotta talk about.
Oh, this is the
that.
thing that you emailed earlier.
Oh, it
That-
looked like, I thought it was a
that-
flyer and then like an FAQ sheet, like, this is the flyer that goes out to advertise to people.
Yeah.
This is the one that we have at the thing.
We have this listed as 7. Should we tell the,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, that
Yeah.
needs to be adjusted to 7:15.
Oh, it's 7:15?
The other group gets done at 7.
Okay,
So like I assume there's gonna need to be some like breakdown and setup time.
are we gonna have a Zoom?
Yes.
What says
We have a
Wednesday,
Zoom
what says
and
Thursday?
we got somebody for PAC.
Oh, yeah, it's a Thursday, right? March 5th?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just said.
So
one
Kara
says
has it
Wednesday,
wrong.
One says Thursday.
Yeah.
Kara's needs to be Thursday,
Yeah, Thursday and 7:15.
okay.
And then should we
Should we
put
put?
it on time or do we
Oh,
wanna
God, I would like to, yeah.
maybe say like 8:30? I feel like an hour seems very.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, if we're,
7:15 to 8:30,
I would say if we're gonna try to convince people, we should actually give them more time.
yeah.
Well.
Maybe not all of our
Well,
time.
if it goes beyond.
I mean, I sit on conservation sometimes till
Yeah.
11, I can.
And there should be a
Talk to
format.
residents.
What's the format gonna be? Is it gonna be like a podium, people walk up to it? Or is it gonna be like a free for all? I hate this.
Well, it says it's information only, so.
Oh, we're not gonna answer questions
No,
about
No,
it?
I
gotta
think we
be
have
Q&A.
that big question.
I think we need to,
It's crazy.
Well, I
Definitely.
think information, well, that can be changed, but I think she's meaning we're not, like, there's no votes or decisions
Okay,
happening.
yeah.
and then are we planning another one of these too? Or is this the only one?
Not before this town meeting.
Should we?
Sure, we'll have another one later in the year, but this will be
Okay.
it before town meeting.
Because the only article coming forward for this town meeting is the bylaw,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Do we put the Zoom information on here?
That would make sense.
And PAC's gonna record it.
Yeah.
Um. See, it's not a storm utility, it's stormwater, yeah. I'm just looking at Kara's. This,
So where are these gonna go?
We
Social
can
media.
get the,
social media, and I think we should like hang them up at like the adult activity center, at the library.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, is there a place to hang it on town hall?
with the board outside where they put the,
The agendas,
Is that
will
it?
Kathy let us?
I don't
You're
know.
waiting,
Maybe.
is that,
Isn't there a board right?
Doesn't hurt.
There's a board when you
There's a
walk
board,
in.
when you
Yeah.
walk in, the official board is outside,
Yeah.
right, where you post the agendas. I think if there's room, she'll let us.
But I
It's
bet,
a
like,
lot going outside.
smokestack?
The smokestack let us,
They have all kinds of stuff there.
okay.
Maybe not. Can't hurt to ask.
I mean, smokestack is
I'll give
done
you one off.
things
Bring it over
for
there.
town meetings.
Am I going to
before and stuff.
smokestack? Say it again?
Smokestack has hosted town events
Yeah.
before, so
I
I
feel
don't
like-
think they'd have. an
Yeah,
issue with
they've
it.
had like master plan,
Yeah,
um,
Walmart.
there are places in the
wondered,
charter where
how do
we
you
have to
get-
post the warrant, like weird, like Whalum variety, like weird. Places you wouldn't think,
Is it just like places that are in downtown or?
I don't know.
You think that would be
They're
dependent
probably
on
like
the
different,
business
like
owner allowing you to.
Jack's Convenience or something like that, or
I'd have to look in the charter, I forget.
what's Honey
Do
Farms
all of
called
those
now?
places agree to that?
I guess I must have it at some point.
Okay.
Let me see, cause
Probably
we
like
have to
Mackey
look at some,
Construction or Mackey Lumberyard
Yeah.
and stuff.
let me see if I can pull this up.
Same places you can get trash bags at.
Oh, yeah. I gave up on those and I used the WM or whatever it is.
Private subscription,
Yeah,
how much you paying?
$50 a month, but it's two, like 96-gallon things.
On here.
So, should I be saying that? It's just the bags would always break on me. So I figured that what I was paying in bags, I'm paying it now. And also, I don't really have a lot of trash. They give you the recycling for free. We have more recycling than trash, and it's nice to have all the recycling space that they pick up. I know that Lunenburg takes all their recycling no matter what, but. Yeah,
So that's $600 a year, you're saying you were spending $600 on bags?
I think, I don't know, what did we, I don't even remember how much the bags were. We gave up pretty quickly, but they were breaking. So then we had to double bag it, or we had to put a plastic bag inside a plastic bag. And I don't really like plastic bags to begin with. So this is the way, like, I don't have to use as many plastic bags.
So I just looked up the warrant for all town meetings, so it's based on the four precincts, so precinct A is at town hall, precinct B gets at Whalum Variety Store. Precinct C is Powell Stone and Gravel, D is Jack's, so that's in our.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I don't even know.
So
what
they must have
precinct I'm-
agreed to do posting there.
Was it
Um,
only A through D? Is that the only precincts that we have?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. I don't remember what I was.
Yeah, A or D, I always forget, I know I'm A or D, 'cause my dad is one and I'm the other. I'm not sure this language is right in Kara's. Bylaw would create a dedicated, there should be stormwater utility fund with the establishment of stormwater fees, which will be used by the town to support stormwater infrastructure, water quality improvements, compliance with state and federal. We're not doing state, it's only a federal regulation.
The
That keeps
bylaw
coming
would
up.
create. The bylaw is not going to create the fund this time. The bylaw would create.
A utility,
Yeah,
no fund,
No.
and not establishment of stormwater fees. This whole thing needs to be reworded. Maybe we can use Teresa's,
or, there's a ton of towns that have some good verbiage on their website too. Maybe we could steal from, I don't think they
All right.
mind.
overview of the proposed. So what will the session go over? Overview of the proposed bylaw, how stormwater fees are structured, billing credits, and timeline and next steps.
Are we gonna have, an overview of how the fees are structured? Will we have the information by?
No, I
the
mean, I
next
think we
meeting,
can
you think?
vote, if we want to consider the URU versus the tier, I mean, we can present, like, these are the things that are being discussed.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think we'll have the GIS data by the next meeting? I know it's like a week away, but,
Maybe.
I don't know.
because if we did, we might be able to get a tentative, because we already have the idea,
Framework,
the
yeah.
concepts.
Yeah, but do you want to do it based on the ERU instead? Like, run the numbers both ways and see
Yeah,
what it looks like?
Like,
It's mostly just the commercial properties that would be impacted.
yeah,
We could say the single family homes, which I imagine most of the people coming
yeah,
are gonna be homeowners.
Yeah.
Having that as a flat fee and just like, this is how we're setting we have a target, we're trying to come up with a fee structure that meets that target.
Yeah.
So I don't, yeah, this, I'm not sure is right.
Yeah.
Is there better on this?
I would just give this to her. And let her kinda,
To Jerice?
no, give this to
Kara.
Kara and kind of let her pick
But
what
I
the
don't
most
think
important
they'll
things are.
understand. Like, I haven't
Oh, we
explained it
could-
to her, have you?
No. They can reward it, and
Okay,
send it to her,
between the two,
yeah,
come up with something?
yeah.
I mean,
We
I
need to do it
think,
quick though, because this is the one, we want to put this one up, right? In town.
and I like Kara's,
This one isn't
I like
very
the shorter
tricky
bullet
To look at,
as
Yeah.
opposed to, yeah,
yeah,
That's,
this one is
yeah,
more
that's too long to.
eye catching.
yeah.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
one is more like once somebody is there,
Yeah.
we'll hand this out, right?
Mhm. And add the Zoom info to somewhere. She'll have to squeeze that
And the
in.
water district building, would that be included in, would they get a bill?
Yeah, it's not town, separate from town.
For,
There you go. They got a lot of impervious area,
Yeah, they do.
who's this?
water district.
Wait, are they? Would they have the fee? Because
I would
technically
think
they're
so.
a
They
private
are
entity?
not, yeah, they are not part of the town.
Yeah, if their code is 9 something something something, then they're exempt, otherwise, nope.
I don't know what the code is, but it's not a town. It's not like, this building is exempt,
Yeah.
it's obviously paying
Or just
herself.
be
What
paid,
is their
yeah.
address? Lunenburg Water District.
Mass Ave, something.
496 Mass Ave?
Sure. Do you wanna
Yeah, I'll take a crack at it.
Thursday, 7:15, 8:30?
Yeah. Could I have yours with the notes? I didn't write anything down.
Yeah, these are just. this
And for the Zoom, tell people
you can
where
read
they
my
can go
writing.
to find the Zoom. They'll put the Zoom on there, right? Unless that's also gonna be posted online. And
It'll go on the
linkable.
town socials
Okay,
and on the town website, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
Yeah,
news, whatever, this page.
right.
Um,
a lot of
But I think
pins.
we should put one out and then like
Their code,
a little bit
9711.
later put the other one. So they're both on.
It says what
social
it
media.
is
put this one up.
in there
Yeah.
too, like what the code means.
You go to 9711, so it's municipal, darn.
Is it really?
It's municipal, it's not town, though. They're
Says
separate from the
9711,
town.
tax exempt, that's as I understand it.
Well, tax exempt doesn't necessarily mean, it means utility authority.
We are charging churches, right?
We will, yeah,
So,
so that's tax exempt too?
Yeah, we should say.
yeah.
All right,
okay.
you're right.
Yeah,
All right, if
so
you think it was, if it's
It's just
legal.
town
nine
property
seven
that
one
we're
one
not
means
doing.
utility authority. Doesn't,
It's like Unitil.
yeah, we're charging them. extra.
Unitil's a residence, the code is a residence.
How can that be?
Look it up,
What? No, that's.
code 9711, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we should,
All right.
this is 2 late nights in a row for me.
Are we gonna leave Teresa's?
What's that?
Are we gonna leave Teresa's as is? Or
I-
use it as secondary and we can talk about it next week? And get Kara's out now,
Yes, that seems best.
you think?
Yeah, like I said, I think we should get this one out first
Yeah,
and then later.
because like, we just want people to know about what's happening. This is.
Yeah.
This is,
I mean, I'm announcing it. You know. But. Sad thing is, if it's not on Facebook, that would be nice.
Yeah,
So, when's our next meeting?
next Tuesday, the 24th. And then info session, March 5th. And then town meeting, what, March 16th?
Okay,
Oh, town meeting is March 16th.
No, that's when the
That's
warrant.
May.
Oh, no, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, my brain just.
The warrant
I was like,
closes.
oh, that's why we can't have
Too
another
many days.
public
Yeah.
session.
Yeah, we just need the bylaw finalized.
so we're Tuesday, the 24th?
Yeah,
Okay.
that meeting's geared towards making sure we've got everything where we want it for
Right.
the public hearing or public meeting.
Doris will be at that one. I think remote, right? I'll be remote,
At the,
24th.
okay, yeah.
I think she might be by Zoom too.
Unless anybody has anything else they'd like to address, I'll accept,
Do we wanna take a minutes?
oh, we have minutes, yeah.
January 8th and January 29th.
And we have a motion to approve the minutes from January, what was it,
8th and 29th.
20th and 29th?
No, just the 8th.
Oh, the 8th
Oh.
and 29th.
Wait, did we approve the 29th?
Well, that's what we're doing now, right?
Oh, 8th and 20th. I thought you said just the 8th.
No, on
Okay,
the agenda, we have the 8th
and the
and
29th,
the
yeah.
29th.
Okay.
Motion to
Second.
approve minutes for January 8th
Motion
and
to
January
approve.
29th.
Second,
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
I,
GIS is being a jerk right now.
All right, then I
is
will
like very slow.
accept a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh,
see, they have a session on Monday for the 4th shift fire.
What is it?
4th shift fire proposal.
Yes.
I'm out of the town, but.
What does that mean? Having like, instead of 3/8, having 4
They had a
sixes?
4th shift, so they go to a 42-hour work
Have a good
week
one.
and they'll have. It won't be called in on, I forget the schedule of days, but it's 40, goes from 48-hour to a 42-hour.
Okay, that's good.
And they'll have the weekends it covers.
Okay, I like it when our service workers get to sleep normal schedule.